There we go. Now the sound's turned back on. Thank you, thank you. Okay, now we're ready to get started. Ready to get started. Volume is working. Huh? You got it out? Wow. You're amazing. All right, you just heard it. Echo? Do I have an echo? It shouldn't be echoing anywhere. Let's see. Okay, so this should be better for everybody. This sound should work. Okay, Bo says he doesn't have an echo. Ogre says he doesn't have an echo. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. So I'm going to show the... And it's going to be Hyper Quadcast. Okay. There we go. We're back. Again. I have no idea why this just keeps tripping out on me like it doesn't exist or something. That's just so weird. But anyhow, looking for a bid above $7. Got a $7 bid on this right now. 7. Looking for an $8 bid. 8 now. Anybody bid of $8? How about a bid of 8? $8. Looking for an $8 bid. It's a 1920 Unk Details cleaned, but it is not actually cleaned. I don't see where it's actually cleaned. It has nice luster. It's a decent looking coin. I did not submit this, so I haven't really looked at it very closely. We got Kevin Dobbs with an $8 bid. We do know that this has really nice detail. $9. Got $9 bid from 75. Now Carl tries 9, needs 10. There's 10. Now $11. $11 bid. Looking for an $11 bid. Anybody bid $11? How about $11? $11. There's 12. Ivan, 12. Ivan at 12 now, looking for a bid of 13. $13. How about a bid of 13? 13. There's Carl at 13. Carl now at 15. Patreus at 14. Hello, Patreus. Patreus gave me 14. Now Carl gives me 15. Got 15. Now 16. $16. How about a bit of 16? $16 now. Anybody bid of 16? How about a bit of 16? 16. There's 17. Ivan at 17 now. 17 looking for 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. Anybody bit of 18? $18 now. Anybody bit of 18? How about a bit of 18? $18. There's Carl at 18. 18 now. 19. $19 looking for a 19. 19 now. Anybody bit of 19? How about a bit of 19? 19. Carl at 18 looking for 19. 19. How about a bit of 19? 19 now. 18 once now looking for a bit of 19. 19. Anybody bit of 19? 19 now. Anybody bit of 19? There's Patreus at 20. 20 straight up now looking for 21. 21 now. How about a bit of 21? 21. Anybody bit of 21? 20 now looking for a bit of 21. $21 now. How about a bit of 21? 21. Anybody bit of 21? 21. NGC Unk Details. They say it's cleaned. I don't. Yeah, I don't see where they're coming up with cleaned on this. Patreus back at 22. Got Frank at 21, then Patreus at 22. 22 now 23. $23. Anybody bid of 23? 23. How about a bit of 23? I can tell you that a work tool bench with a vise would be a good thing for this coin. Crack that slab and take the coin out of it. 24 for Frank. Now looking for a bit of 25. 25. How about a bit of 25? 25. Anybody bit of 25? 25 now. Anybody bit of 25? 25. There's 25. Patreus at 25 now. 26. 26. Looking for 26. 26 now. Anybody bit of 26? How about a bit of 26? Hello, Michael. Good evening, sir. There's Frank at 26. 26 now, 27. 27, looking for 27. $27 now. How about a bit of 27? $26 once, looking for a bit of 27. $27. How about a bit of 27? 27. Anybody bid at 27? How about a bit of 27? 27. How about a bit of 27 now? Anybody bid at 27? Twice now, 26. Looking for a bit of 27. 27 now. How about a bit of 27? Anybody bid at 27? 27. How about a bit of 27? There's Ivan at 27. Ivan at 27 now. Looking for 28. $28 now. How about a bit of 28? Vice grips. Interesting. There's Patreus at 28. 28 now, 29. 29 the bid now. Anybody bid at 29? 29. Can't add to the page. What are you trying to add, brother? Oh, you can't edit the page. Go to the actual page instead of using a link, Eric. Because I think I might have. That might have been the problem. Is that I put them in the same worksheet. You can't type anything on the page. Okay, well, what I am going to do is I'm going to revoke sharing on this so that we can have. Let's see. Well, I didn't think that would happen. But I don't know. How do I turn access, see, for others off of a sheet that I've shared? I guess once I've given the link up. That I did not see coming. That I did not see coming. I guess I'm going to have to enter everything tonight. So we got a $28 bid. Patreus at 28 now, looking for 29. Anybody bid at 29? How about a bid at 29? 29? Anybody bid at 29? It's okay, Eric. You can sit back and watch until you get tired. I'll just take care of it tonight. Oh, that's perfectly fine. It was my bad. Whatever happened, it was me. We'll just have to figure out a better way to handle this next time I need to handle multiple sheets, and some of which I want to share and some of which I don't. Yeah, I don't see a way to turn sharing off.
I wonder if you just actually got out of that whole sheet and come back in if it's still shared.
I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, let me get out of this and out of this. And might as well close this. And come back in. See, I have another copy of it there. And let's see, what else? I have another one here. It's not like I don't have enough copies of this open already anyway. So let's see, do I have any others open? No.
No, it should have quit sharing when you reached out of it.
Okay. That's a good hard stop. So I got a good hard stop in on this. Now let's see. No, we still got a lot of people looking at it. Okay, so anyway, we'll just continue on this way. I'm going to go ahead and sell this to Patreus at 28. And move on to the next item. Next item is going to be this right here. It's a 1946S Lincoln Cent, and this one is MS66 red. MS66 red. And we are starting the bidding on this one. I guess you could still post the lots, Eric.
He is.
Oh, he did. Wow. There we go. Starting this one at $21. Who wants to give me a $21 bid? 1946S. In that fingerprint's on the plastic, folks. 46S. In MS 66 red, starting this at $21. 21, anybody bid at 21? How about a bid at 21? 21 now, anybody bid at 21? How about a bid at 21? $21? Anybody bid at $21? 21 now, anybody bid at 21? How about a bid at 21? 21? Blackjack, boys and girls, get this started off. $21 now, anybody bid at 21? How about a bid at 21? 21 now, anybody bid at 21? Nobody at 21? All right, new start price. I'll take all my profit out of it. No, wait. Okay, there's Damn It Cumber at 21. Dan, I'm going to start you off. If you want to, you can start off at $18. If you want to start at 18, you can rebid. Rebid at 18 or leave your bid of 21. Either way. That's up to you, sir. If you rebid at 18, you have a chance of someone driving you above 21 to get it. If you leave it at 21, nobody wants to bid 22. Okay, he rebids at 18. Rebid at 18, 18 now, looking for a bid of 19. There's strategy involved in this stuff. It's like when you're at $28, go ahead and move to $30 because your next bid has to be 32. Instead of bidding 29 where somebody else outbid you at 30. Then you would have to bid 32. A lot of strategy involved. Got Damn It Cumber at 18. 18 looking for $19 bid. 19 now. Anybody bid at 19? How about a bid at 19? $19. Anybody bid at 19? 19 now. Anybody bid at 19? 19 now. Anybody bid at 19? How about a bid at 19? 19. I got Ivan at 19. 19 now. 20. Now 20 looking for a bid at $20. 20 now. Anybody bid at 21? 20. 20 now. Anybody bid at 20? How about that bid at $20? There's Dan back at 20 now. 21. 21. Looking for that blackjack number now. $21. $21. How about a bid at $21? $21 now. Anybody bid at 21? I got 20 going once. Looking for a bid at 21. 21 now. Anybody bid at 21? 21. How about a bid at 21? 20 going twice now. Looking for a bid at 21. $21 now. Anybody bid at 21? How about a bid at 21? 21. The last chance. 20 looking for a bid at $21. 21 now. Anybody bid at $21? 21. Anybody bid at 21? Sold to Mr. McCumber at $20. Next one I've got, 1958D. It's a 58D MS66 red. That's a shiny, shiny coin right there. That's got lots of shiny on it. We're starting out at $15, folks. Start at 15. First bid, $15. Come on, 15 now. Anybody bid at 15? How about a bid at 15? MS66 red by NGC, folks. Looking for a $15 start. 15 now. Anybody bid at 15? How about a bid at 15? Blenga. That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't forget the sheet. I have to be doing the sheet. You can remind me of that.
I'm glad he did.
Looking for a $15 open. $15 now. Anybody bid at 15? How about a bid at 15? $15. Wait, anybody bid at 15? 15, 15 now. Anybody bid at 15? There we got Roy at 17. 17 now, looking for a bit of 18. $18 now. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. But a bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? What the sheet. Right? I think I'm going to get this figured out. File. Make a copy. Eric, please watch for a link to come to you through Messenger. I've got a new sheet. We're going to delete the old one. Try that. See how that works. Would you get out of that, Sherm? You dummy.
I'll leave it down then.
Sherman, go lay down. There you go. Can you turn the left two switches on that fireplace on for him and get him to lay down over there? That would be... he listens to you better than he does me. Hang on, folks. Let me see what we got. Okay, it works. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I am now going to delete this page.
Let's lay down. Come lay down. They're not plugged in.
Yeah, it's plugged in. The two switches on the right side.
Oh, right side.
Did I say left?
Mm-hmm.
I meant the other left.
There you go. Yeah, the left. There you go. Lay down, buddy. Good boy. Lay down. Lay down.
Ah, crap. I did the wrong one. How did that happen? All right, Eric, I'm going to have to send you another link to keep us in here. I got a bid from Roy at 17 now, looking for an $18 bid. Anybody bid of 18? How about a bid of 18? $18 now? Anybody bid of 18? I'm looking for duplicate again. I had, oh, here it is. Make a copy. I'll have to share this with you again, Eric. Well, that become quite a mess. Eric. I've got another link coming to you, brother. There's your new link. We'll figure this out eventually. Okay, I see you in there. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. We're going to move on to the next item. I'm going to sell this one to Roy Wheeler at 17. Yeah, we're pretty much good to go at this point. So we're ready to go to the next item. Next item. Thank you very much to Roy Wheeler for buying this 1958 D. Now we're going to move on to a 1953 D. 1953 D MS66 red. That is a beautiful coin. MS66 red by NGC. Looking for a $15 bill, folks. 15 only, $15. How about a bit of 15? Anybody bid of 15? Can you give me 15? Can you give me 15? Would you give me 15? How about a bit of 15? 15 now, a bit of 15? How about a bit of 15? $15. $15 now, anybody bid of 15? Looks like Lincoln's crying a river.
It was the lighting. I just told.
Was it?
Yeah, I seen it, but I.
Is it like that?
No, it was the way the lighting was hitting it. It looked just like he was crying a river. I mean, he
Really?
said it just right. Yeah,
Cry me a river.
just a certain way you had it.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Play me somebody from Jersey. Cry me a river. 16 the bid now, looking for 17. 17 now, anybody bid of 17? 17, how about a bit of 17?
Yeah, it was the coin before that one, by the way.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. Well, that's because that coin was crying. It was saying, "You're too cheap."
Oh.
And ho, 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 it's Santa Claus here selling coins for Chuck. He's off in the restroom because he's crying me a river because I'm giving his stuff away. We got a $16 bid on this now, looking for 17. How about a bid of 17? 17 now, anybody bid of 17? You got a $16 bid looking for $17. How about a bid of 17? 17 now, anybody bid of 17? How about a bid of 17? Got a 16 once now, looking for a bid of 17. $17. How about a bid of 17? 17. Had a bit of 16 twice. Now looking for a bit of 17. 17 now. Anybody bit of 17? How about a bit of 17? 17 now. Anybody bit of 17? How about a bit of 17? 17. Last call looking at $17. $17 bid for this 1953D in MS66 red by NGC. And sold. Sorry, Dan. Didn't get in there quite in time. I beat you with my bell. That's going to go to Paul Hampton for 16. This is not toned. This is a 1944D, RPM number 5. I can bring you into it. This is graded ANAX, MS65 red. 1944D, MS65 red. Start this off at $21. $21 for a slabbed RPM, folks. Let's get a good picture of the actual mint mark on the coin. And, come on, Chuck. It's kind of hard to get it out of the light and in the light all at the same time. But there it is right there. Dan McCumber gives me a $21 bid. 21 now, looking for a bid of 22. 22, how about a bid of 22 now? Anybody bid of 22? Anybody bid of 22? $22. 22, now anybody bid of 22? How about a bid of 22? 22, anybody bid of 22? No bid of 22, $21. Looking for a bid of 22 now. Anybody bid of 22? Going twice now at 22. 22, looking for a bid of 22. $22 now. Anybody bid of 22? Sold to Dan, 21. $21. Look at this guy. This is a 1943 DDR number 3. It's graded MS65 by NX. We're going to look at the double die first. There's what a DDR3 looks like. Nice fat extra thickness all around the letters and the wheat stems. Oh, Kelly Ray. There is that one. Nice double die right there. Here's the label and coin for you. We're going to back up a little bit here. Take a look at all of it together. There's the coin. Really nice MS65. It's 1943 DDR number 3. Got Carl at $29. 29 now, 30. Now 30, anybody bid of 30? How about a bid of 30? 30 now, anybody bid of 30? How about a bid of 30? 30 at 30? Need a $30 bid now. 30, how about a bid of $30? $30 bid. Now anybody bid of $30? 30 now, anybody bid of 30? 30, looking for a $30 bid. Michael Hernandez, I would recommend you leave the what do we call this? A stream. You leave the stream altogether and then come right back in and set your cogwheel, the cogwheel down at the bottom, to 2 times, and it will catch everything up. But you're not caught up on time, which is why your $22 bid did not show up until after I started the next item. Hey, Sand Digger. Got Kelly Ray, got Sand Digger, got everybody in here. I got Carl at 29 looking for a bid of $30. Last call on a bid of $30 now. A bid of $30. 39, a bid of 30. Got 29 looking for a bid of 30. $30 now. Anybody bid of $30? No bid of $30. Sold to Carl, 29. Thank you, Carl. Thank you much, much, sir. Next up, folks, if you don't bid on another coin today, this one's going to be the one that was well worth your time. 1931S Plastic is a little scratched on this, but it's a 1931S. Let me try doing it this way. Let me see if I can take a good share of the light out of it and then put a different light on it. Like that. 1931S. 1931S. This is PCGS MS64 Red Brown. 31S and PCGS MS64 Red Brown. We are looking for a $285 bid on this. $285. Anybody bid at $285? $285. Looking for $285. Now anybody bid at $285? How about a bid at $285? $285? It's a really nice shiny 1931S. Key date, folks. Key date coin here. And I've got like a really crappy view of it because this scope is disappointing, actually. So a little bit of scratchiness on there too. But we're looking for 285. Anybody give it 285? Anybody give me 285? 285, 285. Anybody bid at 285? 285? Sounds like I've been practicing that number. There we go. Patreus is a 285. 285 now. 300. 300. 300 be the next bid. 300. How about a bid of 300? 390. But a bid of 300. Wait a bit of 300. 300. 390. But a bid of 300. How about a bid of 300? Once now. 285. Looking for a bid of 300. 300. 390. But a bid of 300. How about a bid of 300? 3 now. Looking for 333. A bit of 300. 390. But a bid of 300. Twice now, 285, looking for a bit of 300, 309, a bit of 300. Really nice. Full one-color coin. They call it a red-brown because the toning off of red is just a little too far for them to want to call it solid red, which I think is, I think it's horse crap, but that's just me. It looks like a red coin to me. No $300 bid? Sold, Patreus. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
It was a good deal.
Yeah, it is a good deal. Last time I sold it was $325. Next lot, I have this. Frank, are you around? Frank, you need to be looking. Because this, let me change over. Let me show you what we've really got. I didn't touch anything. I no touch it. You tell me no touch, I no touch. All right, here we are. Back again. Got Paul Hampton with a $65 bid. 65 now, looking for a $70 bid. 70 now. Anybody bid a $70? 79. Anybody bid a $70? How about a $70 bid? Now, anybody bid a $70? How about a bid of 70? 70 now. Anybody bid a 70? 70 looking for 70 now. Anybody bid a $70? 79. How about a bid of 70? $70 now. Anybody bid a 70? Got 70. Got 70 looking for 75. 75 now. Anybody bid a 75? 75 looking for a bid of 75. Got 70 looking for a bid of 75. 75. Got Paul at 75 now. $80. Now $80. $80 now. How about a bid of $80? $80. Anybody bid of $80? $80 bid. Looking for an $80 bid. Now, how about a bid of $80? There's 85. Frank at 85 now, looking for $90. $90. 90. How about a bid of $90? 90 now, and a bid of $90. I so wish I could just break it and buy it so it would actually work. If we're talking about my mic there anyway. Spank my hand. For breaking it? I didn't touch it. That's the problem. I can't figure out why it's breaking. Got 85 from Frank looking for a $90 bid. Now 90. How about a bid of $90? $90. How about a bid of 90? Anybody bid of $90? 90 now. Anybody bid of $90? 90 now. Anybody bid of 90? There's Paul back at $90. 90 now. 95. 95. Looking for 95. 95. Anybody bid of 95? 95. How about a bid of 95? 95. Once now at 90, looking for a bid of 95, 95, 90, bid of 95. David, we are doing great. You want to participate in the auction, all you have to do is send us an email. It would go to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. That's all I need from you is your email address so I can get you registered. Once you're registered, you can bid. There's Frank at 95, now 100. Now 100, looking for 100. How about a bid of 100, 100 now? A bit of 100, how about a bid of 100? Got a $95 bid, 95, 95, 95, a bit of 100. 100 now, how about a bid of 100, 100 now, a bit of 100? Once now, 95, looking for a bid of 100. 95, looking for 100. Looking for 100 now? Anybody bid 100, how about a $100 bill? Twice now at 95, looking for a bid of 100. How about a bid of 100, 100, 100? How about a bid of 100 now? A bit of 100?
Still well worth it.
And Paul says he's out. Thank you very much. And we are sold to Frank McCain, $95. You got your set, buddy. You got your set. All 4 PCGS graded proof 69 deep cameo. What do we have next? It looks like it might have... No. Why? That somehow didn't make it in there. Okay, well, whatever.
What do you need?
Yeah, it was a box. I had these in. No, that's not those. It's
It's not that, right?
no, it's not slabs.
Oh.
The next thing I'm looking for is the 2x2s. The ones the flips, the ones that we loaded up.
Oh, you put them over there somewhere. Yeah, I hand them to you.
There.
Oh, okay. Yep. There you go.
There it is. Oi. Sometimes old Santa Claus doesn't have it going. 1928D should be my first coin in here, and it is. Very small amount of wear. This is an AU55. Beautiful looking coin. And where does it start? $15? That's too cheap. We'll do it anyway, though. Let me move over to my dyno so I can show you this beautiful 1928D Lincoln Cent.
I gotta grab my list real quick.
Okay.
You know what I need?
So Mickey's gonna go down to the driveway to bid. So there we go. Got a 1928D. It's a beautiful coin. I'll flip it over to the reverse side. Got just a couple of little spots on it, but it's a nice AU coin. Running this one at $15 to start. We've got a $15 Matthew Merriman bid. 15 now, looking for 16. How about a bit of 16? $16. How about a bit of 16? 16. Looking for 16. $16. How about a bit of $16? 16 now, and a bit of 16. Looking for 16. 16 now. How about a bit of 16? $16. Anybody bid of 16? There's 16. Kevin Dobbs. Kevin Dobbs at 16. Matthew back at 17. 17 now, looking for 18. 17 now, looking for 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. How about a bit of 18? How about a bit of 18? There's 20. Joseph at 20. 20 now, 21. $21. How about a bit of 21? 21. There's Matthew back at 21. 21 now, 22. No, not a struck through. I don't believe. No, it's an old stain. What happened to number 2? What is number 2? It's an 11D. I think I have lost a coin. I don't know how that would happen. There it is. Never mind. Got Matthew at 21, looking for 22. If anybody's got a 22 bid, 22.90, but a bit of 22. 22.90, but a bit of 22. How about a bit of 22? 22, a bit of 22. Joseph at 22, 22, now 23. How about a bit of 23, 23? Anybody bid of 23, $23. How about a bit of 23, $23 now? Anybody bid of 23? Got 22 going once. Looking for a bit of 23, $23 now. How about a bit of 23, 23? Anybody bid of 23, 23, 23? How about a bit of 23? Now we're looking for a chance of snow flurries by morning. It'd be the first time it snowed here in 2 or 3 years. We don't get snow all that often. Matthew is out. Joseph at 22. Is that going to take it? Got a bit of 23 out there. Anybody bid of 23? Last chance and I'll take it off. Anybody bid of 23? 23 now. A bit of 23. How about a bit of 23? 23. A bit of 23? 23? No, it's not doubled. That is light bouncing. Did you need the 28? The 28D? We'll pick up the pace there, brother. I'm about to close the lot. Yeah, I got another one you can have. All right, we're sold. Joseph, 22. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Now we move on. Hang on a second. Let me get myself undiscombobulated here. There we go. Okay, next coin will be this 1911D. Pretty looking 1911D. It's a decent, very fine coin. Got Paul at 22. 22 now looking for 23. 23. How about a bit of 23? 23 out there. Anybody bid of 23? 23. How about a bit of 23? $23 now. Anybody bid of 23? How about a bit of 23? 23. Now a bit of 23. $23. How about a bit of 23? 23. Anybody bid of 23? How about a bit of 23? 23. Got 22 once now. Looking for a bit of 23. 23. How about a bit of 23? 23. Anybody bid of 23? 22 twice. Looking for a bit of 23. 23 now. Anybody bid of 23? How about a bit of 23? Last call. 22 looking for 23. 23 now. Anybody bid of 23? And sold. 22. Paul Hampton. Thank you, sir. As Andy Kaufman would say, thank you very much. Of course, most people don't know who Andy Kaufman is anymore.
All right, yeah,
Number 3, a 1909 Philadelphia Lincoln cent. That's a really nice coin right there. 1909 plain. Starting this at $12, folks. $12. Anybody bid at $12? $12. Can I get the bid of $12? $12 now. $12 now. Anybody bid at $12?
yeah, they recorded me, but
Tiki, on the other big guitar. $12. $12 now. There's Kevin.
he's a beaut, Clark.
Kevin at 12. Yeah. She's a beaut, Clark. Clean out the crapper. Latka. Simka. That's his girlfriend's name. Simka Latka. That's the reverse side. Now for the obvious. Got 12 now, looking for 13. How about a $13 bid? Anybody bid a 13? How about a bid of 13? 13 now. 13, 13. There's Michael Hernandez at 13. 13 now, 14. $14. Looking for $14 bid. 90 but a bit of 14. How about a bit of 14? $14. How about a bit of 14? 14. 14 80 but a bit of 14. 14. Echo. Echo. I do have an echo, don't I? Let me do this. Is that better? You should not be able to hear an echo at this point. I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to have to rebuild this from scratch. Because it keeps coming up with a second audio, and then it dulls the audio, then it breaks the audio, and then I have to recreate the audio. My name, no, my name Jose Jimenez. Kevin gives me a $14 bid now, looking for 15. How about a bit of 15, 15? 15, 15. Now, anybody bit of 15? How about a bit of 15, 15? Any bit of 15. How about a bit of 15? Now, a bit of 15. Once a 14, looking for a bit of 15. How about a bit of 15, 15 now? A bit of 15. I don't know who Myron Cope is, unfortunately.
Dirty Water said Mick is good. I know what he said.
Mickey's good?
No, Mike is good.
Mike is good. Oh.
I said,
Mickey cannot read. Don't tell me Mickey knows what's going on. He cannot read.
I know nothing.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I'm a Steelers fan. Steelers. They're all about Steelers. 9-3 now. Whoosh. Yeah, but they lost to the Browns
I know. All
in a blizzard.
be nothing but I know they should be the ones playing good in it.
Oh, Myron Cope made the. See, I don't know him though. I don't know. Michael says he's out. Kevin Dobbs at 14. Do I have a 15 bid? Anybody bid a 15? How about a bit of 15? 15? No bid of 15. 15 now. Looking for a bit of 15. Last chance. Looking for 15. Yeah, Timothy. It's because he was a pill to get along with. Andy Kaufman was not a very nice gentleman. All right, we're going to go sold now. Sold to Kevin Dobbs at $14. I appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you very much, sir. And we will move on. Coin number 4, 1917, Philadelphia. Pretty nice looking coin, and it's a Woody. It's a Woody, folks. It's a choice uncirculated Woody. Coin number 4. I'm going to start this baby at $14. How about a bit of 14? 14 now. Anybody a bit of 14? $14. Looking for a bit of 14. How about a bit of 14? 14? Yes, he had a potty mouth. He had quite the potty mouth. I do not potty in mouth. Oh, yes, you do, Andy. You're pretty horrible at it, Latka. I got a $15 bid from Michael now. Looking for a bit of 16. 16 now. Anybody a bit of 16 there? 16 now. 17. Now 17. 17 for 17. How about a bit of 17? 17. Anybody a bit of 17? $17 now. Anybody a bit of 17? How about a bit of 17? Thank you, baby. Thank you very much. I bought this house from my mama. Mama's name is Grace, so I named it Graceland. 17 to Carl now, looking for $18. How about an $18 bid? 18 now. Anybody a bit of 18? I did never know how to flush it, man. He didn't flush. What are you talking about? He didn't flush. $17, looking for 18. Got a 18. Anybody got a 18? How about a bit of 18? $18 now. Anybody a bit of 18? It was, right? I saw him do a singing impression one time on, what was that show? Oh. It wasn't the Tonight Show, was it? He did that singing impression of Elvis. Might have been the Tonight Show.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he was on the Tonight Show quite a bit with Johnny Carson.
Yeah, it was never the same.
18, looking for 18. I call it twice now at 18. 18 now, looking for a bit of 19. Oh, 17, looking for a bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now, a bit of 18. I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Right here in the Santa Claus headquarters. Looking for an $18 bid. 18 now, a bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? Nah, it wasn't Saturday Night Live, I don't think. Mighty Mouse sing along. All I know is Danger Mouse. You know, the English version. From England. Well, it's quite elementary. All right, we're going to sell it to Carl. $17. There we go. That is the way to buy a Woody right there. That's an awesome coin. How about another awesome coin? I don't think the colors are going to come out on this quite as they should, but I wish they would, because if they would, yeah, see, the colors just aren't going to. There, that's the best I can do for the colors on this. That's a 1942 D, gem uncirculated, and man, it has ripping color. It is a beautiful coin. And we're going to start this one. Well, Dan's going to start it at $8 for us. We got an $8 bid from Dan, looking for $9. How about a $9 bid? Anybody bid a $9? How about a bid of $9? $9 now. Anybody bid a $9? There's Timothy at 10. 10 now. Looking for $11. $11 bid. How about a bid $11? How about a bid $11 bid? There's 12. Paul Hampton at 12 now. 13. $13. How about a bid of 13? 13 now. Anybody bid a 13? It's a very, very bright, shiny coin, and it has a lot of color, which Dynoscopes don't necessarily like, because they refuse to come in the right shades. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's nice, y'all.
That coin's very different. Look at that. That's very different from what it looks like under this scope. Who got the 21st? Doesn't matter. Timothy Morell's got a $25 bid now. 25, looking for a 26. 25, high five now. 25, looking for 26. $26 now. But it bid at 26. 26 now. See if I can make it look any different if I get closer to it. That is a little closer.
It's still not right, but it's closer.
Yeah, it's not 100% on, but it's closer to the way it looks. Dick French at 26 now. 26 now. Look over a bit of 27. 27 now. How about a bit of 27? 27. 80 about a bit of 27. 27. How about a bit of 27? 27 now. 80 about a bit of 27. How about a bit of 27? 27. The Blues. That's right, boys. Out to the winner, Paul Hampton says. And Dick French at 26 now. Look over a bit of 27. How about a bit of 27? There's Tim Morrell back at 27. 27 at 28. $28 now. Look over 28 now. How about a bit of 28? $28 now. Anybody a bit of 28? Got 27. 27 going once now. Look over a bit of 28. $28 now. How about a bit of 28? 28. Anybody a bit of 28? Dick French is out. Tim Morrell will get this one at $27. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next up, I have a 1920 Philadelphia here. And it's only a very fine coin, but, dude, seriously, look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. For $6, boys and girls. $6 start. Now you ready? You ready for this? It doesn't have much anything on the reverse. A little bit of striping here and there. Not much, but it's got the wheat lines that you need to have. But the obverse here, oh my goodness. Frank's got a $15 bid on this. How about a 16? $16.90, but a bit of 16, $16. How about a bit of 16? $16 now. How about a bit of 16, $16 now, but a bit of 16. Paul comes back with 16, 16 now, 17, 17 now. How about a bit of 17, 17 now, but a bit of 17. There's Dan back at 18, 18 now, 19, $19. How about a bit of 19, $19? Anybody bit of 19? My eyes, my eyes. They bleed with passion for the coin. Obverse Woodrow. Look at just how slamming that thing is. That's almost like a yellowish color. That's really neat. Looks almost like gold in there.
It's not. I know it. I couldn't get over it when I seen
RWC 820 or 625.
625. I messed up. Yeah.
Well, hey, how you doing? RWC. I'm going to guess Richard or Robert. I'm going to say Richard or Robert. Yeah. My mom's brother's name is Richard and his cousin's name is Robert. So I'm going to go with Richard or Robert.
Let's see if it wins.
RWC 625. I got Paul with a $20 bid now. 20 now, 21. 21. How about a bit of 21? Anybody play blackjack? 21. Look for a bit of 21. How about a bit of 21? Could you give me 21? How about a bit of 21? 21? Got $20 going once now. Look for a bit of 21. 21 now. Anybody a bit of 21? Russell. Darn it. One of my best friends when I was a kid was Russell. There's Dan at 21. 21 now, 22. Well, welcome anyway, Russell. 21 now, 22. It could have been like a really rare name. At least made me feel good that I didn't get it.
Right.
You know. Robert Wayne Coltrane. That doesn't sound quite right. I wouldn't even think to go for the last name because there's so many C last names.
Oh yeah, that's just
But the W is probably a William or a Warren, Robert Warren, Russell Warren. No, Russell
Wayne.
Russell Wayne. Yeah.
Maybe he'll tell us that.
Paul comes back with a $22 bid now. 22 now, 23, 23. How about a bit of 23, 23 now? A bit of 23. How about a bit of 23, 23? A bit of 23. Coat.
Is it code or coat?
Cote.
What's
Coat.
that?
But it's not a proper accent mark. And usually people who have it would be able to type it. The grave E. All right, 22. Looking for 23. How about a bit of 23, 23? A bit of 23. How about a bit of 23, 23 now? A bit of 23. And I do this once in a while. No countdown, just sold to Paul Hampton. Awesome, awesome. Very, very cool. I say very, very cool. I like it very, very much. All right. This one is a scarcity, boys and girls. You don't see these often, boys and girls. This is a 1952D. Lincoln Cents. Got some red, got some brown. There's a few things that you need to know about this coin. There are... Well, hello, MME Oregon. Yes, it is. The first thing you need to know about this is that the mint mark itself has a very small doubling. So there's a little bit of a split lower serif on that. The other thing that you need to know is that this interesting little mark down here matches the shape and size of a D, and it is raised. So it was sunken into the die. There it is right there. Just below the front of the vest. That's another one. This is starting at $18, folks. This is about a $30, $40 coin here. Russell William Coate.
Okay, wait.
Well, Russell William Coate, I'm glad you're showing here. I'm happy you came by. Maybe we can entice you into a like and possibly a subscribe on the channel. Now, I'm going to show you the one part that even I didn't know about until this past summer. If I can show it in this. There is another D mint mark right on the nose. There it is right there. You can see that D mint mark right on the nose. So there are 4 D mint marks on this coin. And Carl gives me an $18 bid. 18 now, anybody bid a $19? How about a bit of $19 now? A bit of 19, how about a bit of 19? I got Dirty Water back at 19. Frank McCain comes in with 25. 25 now. It's worth over that.
Oh, I know. No, I wasn't saying it because of that.
Holy D's. Well, Russell, should you decide to say something, you're perfectly fine in doing so. There's Carl at 26. 26 now, looking for a bit of 27. How about a bit of 27? I've shown you all the features of this pretty little coin right here. I'm going to show you the rest of the pretty little coin, because my little scope here doesn't allow me to do it all at once. Okay, there's your obverse. Nice luster on the obverse. Carl back at $30. Here's your reverse. Still a red-brown coin. Really nice looking uncirculated red-brown coin. What do I have this as? Choice MS? That's pretty close. I would call it a Choice MS any day of the week. Choice MS in my vocabulary. Just to let you guys know exactly how I write out my grades, Choice is a 63 level coin. So it is a MS 63. MS is my way of saying red-brown, because a brown coin is an UNC. A red-brown is a MS, mint state. And a red coin is a BU. So if I say Gem BU, that's a 65 red. If I say Choice MS, that is a 63 red-brown. If I say Select, Select is either a 61 or a 62. Really doesn't matter much until you get into the really expensive coins, and then we'd be slabbing them anyway. Carl's at 34 now, looking for a bit of 36, 36, looking for 36. You guys are following the rules I can't even remember. So this little guy right here, I'm going to call it a 63. It could be a 64, but I'm calling it 63, just to give it that shake of the doubt right there. And we have Carl at 34, looking for $36. How about a bit of 36? Steve in Dallas. Back in your normal, not MME Oregon.
Oh yeah, he did say hey up above.
I get that. I understand that now. Oregon, I got the Oregon part. I wasn't really sure why the MME part. All right, we got this one sold to Carl. Sold to Carl, 34. Not Carl 34, but to Carl 434. Not 434, but $434. I'm having too much fun. Chuck is not very giving in fun like this. Has to be Santa Claus. Moving made easy. Oh, okay. We're going to show you the MMM on this. And the MMM on this is called a mint mark. Let's see here. Not extremely hard to find, but man, these things don't come along every day. Yes. I'm killing it over here. How do you work this thing? There we go. I really don't like the way this lights the coins. I really don't like it. I don't like this. Make it go away. Okay. Well, the little nubby thing that you see sticking out of the left side is another mint mark. So there's actually 3 mint marks here. You've got split serifs, and then you got another mint mark to the southwest, which is tilted 45 degrees. Mr. French gives you a $9 bid, $9 now, 10 now, 10. How about a $10 bid, $10 now, anybody bid at $10. There's Ivan at 11, 11 now, 12 now, 12. Anybody bid at $12, $12 bid, anybody bid at $12. I can't tell if my camera's out of focus or if your eyes are. Almost guarantee it's going to be the camera. Let's see if I can get closer. No. For some reason, this isn't letting me get the ultra zoom. That's about as close as I can get. Now you can see that extra D over there on the left side. It's just the top corner of it, basically. Ivan at 15, 15 now, 16, 16. How about a bit of 16, 16? Wait, a bit of 16. How about a bit of 16? $16 now, and a bit of 16. We got rarities coming right up. Went in for an eye exam. You need new glasses. Yeah, I think I do too. It's been a whole 6 months. Told me one time that if I quit looking at coins through a loop, I would probably be a lot better off. I said, says who?
Yeah, right.
Says who, Pilgrim?
I'd rather get a
If I wasn't scoping coins, I'd probably be dead. Sit and fall asleep, and never wake up. Paul at 18, 18 now, 19, 19, 19. How about a bit of 19? $19 now. How about a bit of 19, $19? Anybody bit of 19? Last chance here at 18. Looking for a bit of 19, $19. How about a bit of 19, 19? Right, you're going to get me to quit looking at coins, just like you're going to get me to quit breathing. That'll be the day. You got last call on this. Anybody want it? Otherwise, it's Paul's at 18, and we're going to cut it. Paul, 18. There's Ivan, $19. 19 now, 20. 19 now, 20. $20. How about a bit of $20? 29. A bit of 20? How about the bid of $20? $20 bid. How about a bit of $20 bid? A bit of 20. 20 now. Looking for a bit of 20. How about a bit of 20? 29. A bit of 20. You just got new readers to find out you have a cataract starting.
Yeah, we're doing below that.
Went in for an eye exam and they handed me 2 Coke bottles. There you go. Now, the part that I don't like is when you're wearing really thick glasses and somebody walks up to you and says, "Hello, how are you?"
Oh, yeah.
So I'm blind, I'm not deaf. Right, exactly. Is he going to pay the bill? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think about that. But here we go. Paul with a $20 bid. 20 now, 21, 21, 21. Anybody bid at 21? 21, looking for a $21 bid. How about a bid of $21 now? Anybody bid at 21, 21? I once at 20, 20. Look at a 21, 21 now. Anybody bid at 21? How about a bid of 21, 21? Twice at 20, looking for a bid of $21 now. How about a bid of 21, 21 now? Anybody bid at 21? We're going to sell it. Sell it to Paul. He said, "I'm retired. I'm not retarded." Maybe I'm retarded for being retired. I don't know. All right. Thank you. Here's another one. This little guy of mine right here is something you are not going to see often. This is 1960D, RPM number 9. God, this is a horrible camera. There it is. 1960D, RPM number 9. These things are scarce, rare as hen's teeth pretty much. I've only seen half a dozen of them ever, and I have thousands of RPMs.
I got lucky enough to get one.
I got Carl at 18, looking for a bit of $19. How about a bit of $19? Anybody bid of $19? You're a retread. Yeah, right. There's Sissy. Hello, Sissy. Sissy gives me a $19 bid. 19 now, 20. $20. There's Carl at 20 now, 21. I got 20, looking for 21. $21. How about a bit of 21? There's Ant. Hello, Ant. There's Michael at 22. 22 now, 23. Anybody bid of 23? How about a bit of 23? A bit of 23. There's Sissy back at 23 now, 24. 24. Anybody bid of 24? How about a bit of 24? 24 now, anybody bid of 24? How about a bit of 24? Got 23 once. Looking for a bit of 24. 24 now, anybody bid of 24? How about a bit of 24? Got Sissy's bid, 23. Looking for 24. 24 now, anybody bid of 24? How about a bit of 24? All right, I'm going to back up and show you the rest of the coin now that we've had a chance to verify and see that it is RPM number 9, which, oh man, I tell you what, if I found a roll and got 4 or 5 of those in a roll, I would feel lucky as nobody's business. So there it is. It's kind of basically a dirty uncirculated coin, more like it. There's Carl at 25. 25 looking for 26 now. Anybody bid of 26? How about 26? Anybody bid of 26? That's the obverse. Let's check the reverse. There's the reverse. So it's kind of dirty, kind of AU-ish. Well, we've missed you too, sissy. You're out dancing around California. You can't talk to us. Carla 25. Any other bids? Sissy is out. Thank you very much. Carla 25. Looking for a bid of 26. 26 now going twice. Looking for a bid of 26. 26. How about a bid of 26? 26. Anybody bid of 26? All right, we're sold. Carl 25. Utah. Okay. And there's a difference in California, Utah, Oregon. Wherever you are way out there on the left coast, you belong in Florida. That's home. Check this out. Ain't much to it, right? Ain't nothing there. I don't say nothing. Look at this. Oh. And the angels did sing. 1960 D1MM001, the strongest RPM in all of Memorial Scent Land. Ant gives me a $19 bid, 19 now, 20 now, 20, and a bit of $20, 20 now, a bit of 20, 29, a bit of 20. 20, look for a bit of 20, there's 22, dirty water, 22, 22 now, 23, 23, how about a bit of 23, 23, a bit of 23.
Anybody bid the 23, 23, they're 25.
25, 25 now, look for a bit of 26, 26, how about a bit of 26, there's 27. Dirty water, 27, 27 now, 28, 28. Wait a bit of 28, 28 now, a bit of 28. Kevin Hawthorne, good evening. Lakeland, Florida. You are not alone. You are not alone. We have Ocala, Silver Springs, Tampa, Bradenton, Northport. Let's see. I can't remember the name of the place now. It's over next to West Palm Beach. And let's see. Then there's Plant City. Got a lot of people. A lot of places in Florida. Dirty water, 27. Now looking for 28. 28. How about a bit of 28? 28 now. How about a bit of 28? How about a bit of 28? $28. How about a bit of 28 now? How about a bit of 28? 28. Nobody bid at 28. We got 27 going once. Now looking for 28 now. How about a bit of 28? $28 now. How about a bit of 28? 28. 27 going twice now. How about a bit of 28? $28. How about a bit of 28? 28 now. How about a bit of 28? There's Blaine at 28. Blaine calls himself, when he writes me an email, he signs it with Sane Blaine.
Sane Blaine.
The sane Blaine, not the crazy one.
Not the crazy.
Dirty water at $30. $30 now, 32. 32, looking for 32, 32. Wait, a bit of 32, $32. How about a bit of 32, 32, a bit of 32, how about a bit of 32? 32 now, and a bit of 32, how about a bit of 32, 32, and a bit of 32? Yeah, 30 going once, looking for a bit of 32. 32 now, and a bit of 32, how about a bit of 32, 32, and a bit of 32? Got 30 twice now, looking for a bit of 32, 32, anybody bit of 32? You registered and you don't have a wrench. We're gonna fix that. Excuse me, boys and girls. I'm going to shell this now to Dirty Water at $30, and then we're going to solve this this email problem. Let's see. I have to go to a different browser for now because I don't know why it does that. But let's see. I'm going to look for RWC. Is it this? No.
November 12th.
RWC, give me your first name. Just so I'll know exactly what I'm searching for.
He told us a little bit. That was,
Russell.
yeah.
That's right. I don't have any matches. Register to bid. Let's see. No, that's not it. Nope. Nope, that's an old registration from a long time ago. Well, RWC, how about you send me another email real quick? Just send me a quick email, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you into the family. Here, you got a good name now. Okay, and this coin was sold to Dirty Water at $30. I appreciate it, Dirty Water. Thank you very much, sir. Dirty Water. Here we go. Now with a gem uncirculated 1920. Look at that coin. I mean, really? Like, really? Smoking. Here it is, a 1920 Lincoln cent. Beautiful. Start this off at $45. 45, anybody bid at 45, 45, anybody bid at 45, how about a bit of 45, 45, now anybody bid at 45. Start me off at 45, anybody bid at 45, 45, how about a bit of 45, 45? Anybody bid at 45, 45, anybody bid at 45, how about a bit of 45? And you've had that problem ever since you moved to Florida. What is going on with that? You got to get fibrous. I got a 45. Anybody got a $45 bid? Now anybody bid a 45? How about a bid of 45? 1920, Philadelphia. This is a gem uncirculated coin. Are we going to pass? Looking for 45. Give me a 45 start. How about a bit of 45? 45. Anybody bid a 45? All right. I don't like stuff not getting sold, folks, so we're going to restart here. Start at 40. $40. Anybody give me $40 bid. Now 40. How about a bit of $40? 49. A bit of 40. How about a bit of 40? What have I got this coin worth anyway here? What lot number are we on? 19. Lot 19. What do I show this as being in value? It's valued at $65, folks. $65 value on this. Sissy gives me a $40 bid. 40 now, 42. 42 now, anybody bid of 42? How about a bit of 42? 42, anybody bid of 42? $42, anybody bid of 42? 42 now, how about a bit of 42? 42, anybody bid of 42? How about a bit of 42? Just a bit of 42, anybody bid of 42? How about a bit of 42? 42 now, anybody bid of 42? Got 40. First call now, looking for a bit of 42. 42 now, how about a bit of 42? 42. Anybody bid of 42? Well, we only got one bidder. Here's 42. 42. Blaine now. 42. Now 44. 44. Looking for the 44. 44. Anybody bid of 44? 44. How about a bit of 44? Now anybody bid of 44? 42. Looking for a bit of 44. 44 now. Anybody bid of 44? There's Sissy. 44 now. 46. 44 now. 46. $46 bid. Now anybody bid of 46. 46. Watch the bids on the screen, folks. You watch the bids on the screen, and you can go faster than my voice will carry to you because I'm 30 seconds behind. So 44 now, bid of 46. How about a bit of 46? 46 now, but a bit of 46. How's that backside? There it is. There's your backside right there. Right there. Sane Blaine is in the running. He's in the running, but he's not in the lead. Sissy's in the lead with 44, looking for 46 now. I got Sissy at 44, looking for a bit of 46, $46. How about a bit of 46, 46? Any bit of 46? $46 now. Anybody bid of 46, 46? How about that bid of $46? 46 now. Anybody bid of 46, 46? How about a bit of 46? There's Blaine at 46. 46 now. 48. 48. How about a $48 bid? $48 bid now. Anybody bid of 48? Now see, the next person bids 48. The next person could bid 50 and outbid them. But if you bid 50, the next person would have to bid 55. But here we go. 48, looking for a $50 bid. Now $50, how about a bid of $50? $50 bid now, a bit of $50. The stratagem. Stratagem. You have to use stratagem. Got a $48 bid from Sissy, looking for 50 now. 50, how about a bit of 50? 50 now, a bit of $50. 50 now, how about a bit of $50 bid? Blaine is out. Sissy gets it at $48. There it is. Thank you very much. Now, next coin. It's going to be a 1926, and this one is a beautiful gem coin. Beautiful gem coin, 1926. This thing's all kinds of dripping luster. Really pretty coin on the obverse. The reverse isn't quite so nice, but it is still a gem coin. Obverse is 60% of your grade on a coin. We got Matthew at 24. 24 now, 25. 25, how about a bit of 25? 25, any bit of 25? 25? Oh, come on. Just look at it. Look at it. 24, looking for a bit of 26. 26 now, any bit of 25. How about a bit of 25? 26, 25, 25, 25. Any bit of 25? There's 25 from Blaine. Now 26. Now 26, looking for a bit of 26, 26. Wait, anybody bid of 26, 26? How about a bit of 26, $26 now? A bit of 26. Sissy Power. Anybody got a $26 bid? $26 bid now. Anybody bid at 26? How about a bid at 26? Here's my email address right there underneath that 1926. Coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. You can email that email with your email address that you want a PayPal invoice sent to, your real name, and your registration name on YouTube, and you can be a member and have just as much fun as the other people here. Matthew at 26 now, looking for 27. 26, looking for a bid of 27. How about a bid of 27? 27 now, how about a bid of 27? Anybody bid of 27? Boy, we don't have very much time left on the auction. Either that or we move the game to tomorrow. One or the other. We can finish the auction tomorrow or we can do the game tomorrow. Let's take a vote. Auction tomorrow or game tomorrow? Auction or game? Because we're going to have to stop the auction here in about 20, 30 minutes if we're doing the game. Otherwise, we can let the auction run, finish it, wrap it up around 9, 9:30.
Still scrolling. Some of them wasn't scrolling. They look like it's
Sureg and Otis say they want to move to the game. Joe says game tomorrow. Coins and Ghoul says game tomorrow. Michael says auction. Yes, we have reveals to do tomorrow too. DC says game, so we've got 3 for game and 3 for auction. There is game tomorrow, which means auction, and auction. So we're going to keep the auction going and run the game tomorrow. Keep the auction going, run the game tomorrow. That's what I'm being told. Oh, you know what? I don't have live chat on. Make sure you turn live chat on so you can see absolutely everything. Otherwise, they only show you about 3/4 of the messages, which I don't really understand, but that's what top chat means. Yeah, I'm going to have a whole lot more game tonight in order for that to happen. What time are the reveals? The reveal show tomorrow is at 7:30. All right, we got Matthew winning this one at $26. A $26 bid takes it. With Matthew Merriman. The game tomorrow would be at 7 o'clock. No, sorry. Just after the reveals. So the reveal show is at 7. And it might be 7:15, 7:30, 7:45 before we switch over. Less than an hour. All right, lot 21, we have a 1938 proof. Lincoln Cent. Talk about rare as hen's teeth. You got a mintage of what, about 2,000? Maybe 2,500 coins? Look at this. It is not the most beautiful proof in the world, but it is a 1938. And it is inexpensive for a 1938 proof at $50. I got Matthew at 50, 50 now 55. 55 now, anybody bid at 55? How about a bid of 55, $55? Anybody bid at 55? This is a brilliant proof, 1938. Lincoln Cent.
Early 50 proofs are going for about almost 50 now.
Mm-hmm. Got Patreus at 55, 55 now, $60. How about a bid of $60? How about a bid of 60? 60. Anybody bid of $60? 60 now. How about a bid of $60? Matthew at 60 now, 65. 65. Anybody bid of 65? There's Patreus back at 65. 65 now, 70. $70. How about a bid of $70? 79. A bit of 70. How about a bid of 70? Matthew is out. Patreus at 65, looking for a bid of $70. How about a bid of 70? 70 now. 65, going once, looking for a bid of $70. $70. How about a bid of $70? $70. What do you bid a bid of $70? How about a bid of 70? 79. A bid of 70. How about a bid of 70? 70. 70. Last chance now, 65, looking for a bid of $70. 70 now. How about a bid of 70? Anybody bid of 70? How about a bid of 70? And sold to Patreus at 65. Thank you very much, sir. You got yourself a heck of a deal. Now we got another good one. Another womp banger. 1931S, folks. That's not the only 31S I had. How about this one? $1931S, folks. This is a Choice MS coin. It is a genuine 1931S Lincoln Cent, and we're starting it off at $150. How about a bid of 150? Bid of 159. A bid of 150. How about a bid of 150? 159. A bid of 150. How about a bid of 150? 159. A bid of 150. How about a bid of 150? 159. A bid of 150. There's Sissy at 150, 150 now, 150 now, 160, 160. How about a bit of 160? 160 now, looking for a bit of 160. How about a bit of 160, 160 now, a bit of 160. How about a bit of 160, 160? Anybody bit of 160, 160 now, a bit of 160. How about a bit of 160, 160? 150 now, going once, looking for a bit of 160. 160 now, how about a bit of 160, a bit of 160, 160? 150 twice now, looking for a bit of 160. 160 now, how about a bit of 160, 160? There's 160 from Blaine, now 170. 160 now, 170, 170. How about a bit of 170, 170, 170? Anybody bit of 170, 170? Looking for $170. 170, 170 now, a bit of 170, a bit of 170, looking for a bit of 170. Right, Frank? Did you look at the list? We still have a 1914D coming up. And Sissy's either preoccupied or is still thinking. 170, looking for a bit of 170. Going twice. Now looking for a bit of 170, 179, a bit of 170. How about a bit of 170? Last call now. Last call, 170, 179, a bit of 170. How about a bit of 170, 170, 170? And sold to Blaine, 160. Thank you, Blaine. Thank you, sir. What is next? How about a 1930? A what? A 1930. It is beyond AU, but I'm going to call it AU for the purpose of this particular auction. It started at $1. $1 bid. Anybody bid a $1, $1. How about a bid of $1? Anybody bid a $1? 1930. You can see why I put it in here. It's got full detail. So it is actually an uncirculated coin. Doesn't have much for luster, but it is uncirculated. Dick French gives me 1. Matthew at 2. Michael at 3. Got $3. $3 now. Looking for a bit of 4. How about 350? 350. A bit of 350. 350. There's Dick at 4. 4 now. 450. 450. How about a bit of 450? 450. Anybody a bit of 450? How about a bit of 450? 450. 450. 450. Anybody a bit of 450? Matthew is out. Looking for 450 now. Anybody a bit of 450? 450. How about a bit of 450? 450. Last call now. Looking for a bit of 450. 450. How about a bit of 450? 450 now. Anybody a bit of 450? And this one sold at $4. I appreciate it, Mr. French. Next up, we have this. It's a 1930D. It's a nice AU coin. 1930D. It's got some pretty color to it. I mean, natural color. Start this at $3. How about a $3 bid? Matthew at 3. 3 now, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Anybody bid at 350, 350, 350. How about a bit of 350 now? A bit of 350? 350. Looking for a bit of 350. 350 now. How about a bit of 350? 350. Anybody bid at 350? There's 350. 350 now 4. 350 now 4. Now 4. Now 4. There's 4. Now 450. 450 now. Anybody bid at 450? 450. How about a bit of 450? 450. 450. 450. Anybody bid at 450? How about a bit of 450? Anybody bid at 450? Want a bit of 450 now? I got $4 going once. Looking for a bit of 450. There's 5. Paul Hampton at 5. 5 now, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. Anybody bid at 5.5, 5.5. Anybody bid at 5.5 now? There's 6. Dan McCumber at 6, 6 now, 6.5, 6.5. Anybody bid at 6.5, 6.5. How about a bit of 6.5, 6.5 now? Anybody bid at 6.5? Looking for 6.5. Dick French at 6.5, 6.5 now, 7. Now 7, $7 bid, $7 bid. Now anybody bid at $7? How about a bit of $7, $7 bid? $7 bid. Anybody bid at $7? $7 bid. Now anybody bid at $7? How about a bit of 7? Got once now at 6.5. There's 7. 7 now, 7.5. 7.5, 7.5. Now anybody bid at 7.5? 7.5. Matthew is out. Thank you very much. 7 now. 7 now. Looking for a bit of 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. Anybody bid at 7.5? 7.5. Anybody bid at 7.5? 7.5. Got $7 going once. That's $7. $7 bid down, going twice. Twice now. Looking for a bit 7.5. 7.5 now. Anybody bid at 7.5? Sold $7. Dan McCumber, thank you very much, sir. Lot number 25. Lot number 25. I'm going to show you one of the most amazing 1939 S Lincoln cents you have ever seen. Look at that. This is on fire. This coin is on fire. I graded MS66. Somehow your feed was on a 31S. You have to slap it. You have to give it that cog wheel with a play it 2 times until it catches up. Sureg's going to start me at $21 on this. 21 now, 22. 22, anybody bid at 22? How about a bit of 22? Look at the luster. This coin is literally dripping with luster. Sissy at 22. See Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton at 22. Sissy at 24. Paul at 25. Paul at 25. 25 now at 26. There's Stephen Dallas at 26. 26 now at 27. 27. How about a $27 bid? 27 now. Anybody bid at 27? Got Sureg at 28. Sureg at 28. 28 now 29. 29. How about a bid at 29? 29. Anybody bid at 29? How about a bid at 29? $29. How about a bid at 29? 29 now. Anybody bid at 29? There we go. Somebody knows what they're talking about. Sergeant First Class Eric, read his message. Paul Hampton at 30. Now Sureg at 31. Need a 32 though. Need 32. Start at $2 increments at $30. So got 30 looking need a 32. 30 need a 32. 32. Anybody bit a 32? 32. I got Paul at 30. Need a 32. 32. Now anybody bit a 32? How about a bit of 32? 32. Paul's up at 35 now. 35 now. 37. 37. 37. How about a bit of 37? 37. Got to go at least 2 up from the previous bid. 35 to 37. $37. How about a bit of 37? I got 35 once now. Looking for 37. 37. How about a bit of 37? 37. Anybody bit of 37? I got 35. Last call for alcohol. Looking for 37. 37. Now anybody bid at 37? And sold to Paul. 35. Got that. Man, that's a sweet coin right there. All right. Next up, got a 1934 Philadelphia. 34 Philadelphia. Going to start this one off. This is a choice to gem Unk coin. It's a real pretty looking coin in hand. Choice to gem Unk. Very few marks on this one. Got Matthew at $8. $8 now. Looking for a $9 bid. $9 bid. $9 bid. $9. I bet a bid a $9. $9 bid. $9 bid. $9. I bet a bid a $9. $9 bid. $9 bid a $9. Got 8. Look for 9. Got Mickey at $9. $9. $9 now. 10 now. 10. You need a 34 plain.
Yeah,
I got Matt at 10.
mine's very extra fine.
Oh. Got Matt at 10 now. $11. 10 now. 11 now. 11 now. 11. Looking for $11. Patreus needs added to the game. The game's $10 per shot. Do you want 1 shot, 2, 3?
I'm out. You know you're bombing me.
Just 1. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha, Patrice. And Matthew gets this one at $10. Matthew gets this one at $10. I appreciate it, Matthew. Thank you very much, sir. Next coin up is this 1910 Philadelphia. A pretty 1910 here. Very nice looking coin. Start this off at $9. $9. Anybody bid a $9 bid? How about a bid on 9? Got Sureg at 9. 9 now. 10 now. 10. How about a $10 bid? $10 now. Anybody bid a $10? How about a bid of 10? Bid of 10. Bid of 10. Anybody bid a 10? There's Paul at 10 now. 11. 10 now. $11. $11 bid now. How about an $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? How about it 11? Got 10. Looking for an 11. 11 now. There's 12. 11 and 12. Sissy at 12 now. Looking for 13. $13. How about a bit of 13? There's Paul at 15. Paul at 15 now. 16. Paul at 15 now. 16. $16. How about a bit of 16? $16. There's 17. Surrog at 17 now. 18. 17 now. 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. How about a bit of 18? How about a bit of 18? Got 17. 17 going once. Looking for a bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. How about a bit of 18? There's 19. Paul at 19. No, Blaine at 19. Sorry, Blaine at 19 now. 20. 19 now. 20 now. 20 now. 20. Paul Hampton at 21. 21 now. 22. 22 now. How about a bit of 22? How about a bit of 22? 22. I've got 22. Surrog at 22. Blaine at 23. 23 now 24. $24. How about a bit of 24? 24 now. How about a bit of 24? Paul is out. Thank you very much, Paul. Looking for 24. 24 the bid now. How about a bit of 24? Surreg is out. And that is all my bidders. So this one's going to go to Blaine for 23. Thank you, sir. And now, you know, anybody over 40 years old knows what the rest of that is. And now, you know. Here's our next one. What an electric looking coin. Really? 1937. Beautiful 1937. Let's start this off at $5, folks. $5 only. Bid of $5 bid. How about a bit of $5 bid? Itty bitty bit of 5. 1937. Very gemmy coin. Let's get it going here. The rest of the story. $5. There's Paul Hampton at 5. Sissy at 5. Dick at 5. I only got one coin, though. Dick's at 5.5. 5.5 now. 6. Now 6. Looking for a $6 bid. $6 now. Anybody bid of $6? There's Sissy back at 7. 7 now 8. How about an $8 bid? Anybody bid of $8? How about a bit of $8? Anybody bid of $8? How about a bit of 8? Anybody bid of 8? How about a bit of 8? Now anybody bid of 8? How about a bit of 8? There's 7.5. Dick French 7.5. Now 8. Paul at $10. Paul slams the door in your face at $10. 10 now. $11 bid. $11 bid. Anybody bid $11? Yep, Paul Harvey. And now, the news. Page 1. $11. Kevin Dobbs comes in at $11. 11 now 12. Now 12. Anybody bid at 12? Hello, Tim Crowell. There's Dick French at 12. $12 now. 13. 13. 13. How about a bit of 13? 13 now. Anybody bid at 13? How about a bit of 13? 13. There's Paul at 15 now. Paul at 15. 15 now. 16. $16. How about a bit of 16? $16 now. A bit of 16. Dick is out. Paul at 15 going once. Looking for a bit of 16. 16. How about a bit of 16? Going twice. At 15. Looking for a bit of 16. 16 now. How about a bit of 16? Last call. And sold. Sold to Paul Hampton and all my friends over at Ace Hardware. You don't like it? Just let me know. I'll get it sent back to you. 39D comes up next. OMG, right? OMG. Starting at $8. Boys and girls, this near proof-like coin at $8. Congratulations to the winner on this one. $8. Mickey says $8 now. Farm Dog says 9. 9 now. 10 now. 10. How about a $10 bid? $10. Stone Cutter at 10. 10 now. $11. Everybody comes out from behind the pillars and starts bidding. Ant at 12 now. 12 now. 13. 13. Ant at 12 now. 13. How about a bit of 13? $13 now. French at 13. Stone Cutter at 15. Stone Cutter at 15. Now 16. Now 16. How about a bit of 16? Wow. Would you look at that? This thing even freaks out my camera. It's almost shiny as a proof. Kevin Dobbs at 16. 16 now. 17. How about a bit of 17? 17 now. Anybody a bit of 17? How about a bit of 17? 17. Anybody a bit of 17? Really? Yeah, that's true. The gang is all here. Just a couple of people I'm still missing. But, yeah, pretty much. Ant at 18 now. Ant at 18. 18 now. 19. 19. 19. How about a bit of 19? There's Stonecutter. 19. 19 now. 20. 19 now. 20. Kevin Dobbs at 20. Dan's been here this evening. He may not be here now, but he's been here this evening.
He's probably eating.
It could be, yeah. Well, he's in Central Time, so it's only 7:30 there.
Well, he said he was hungry. He's waiting on his groceries. That's why I said.
Okay. He's going to break into all those Pop-Tarts and eat a whole box of them tonight.
Right.
$20. Kevin Dobbs at 20 now. 21. 21. Anybody bid at 21? $21. How about a bid at 21? $21 now. A bid at 21. I got 20. Looking for 21. Going once now. Anybody bid at 21? How about a bid at 21? Malcolm has had some issues. He's had to move out of state. And so he's probably still working on trying to get settled in where he moved to. Well, it looks like Kevin's probably going to walk away with this one tonight. Maybe Kevin can sell it to Dan for 21 or 22. I can't seem to sell it to anybody at 21, so we're going to go ahead and end it. Kevin, $20. Appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you very much, sir. It is a BEAUT full coin. Here she comes. Look at this one. 1916D. A pretty looking 1916D there. A couple of little scrapes. It's a circulated coin. I mean, it's a nice, very fine plus. Almost an extremely fine looking coin. It's got some spottiness on the reverse. Obverse is nice. I'm going to leave it on the reverse for just a minute so everybody can see that. We got 6, 7, 8. $8 to Matthew now. Now 9, Surig. 9 now 10, Stonecutter now 11. How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? How about $11 bid? There's 12. Surig at 12 now 13. Surig at 12 now 13. $13. How about a bid of 13? $13 now. Anybody bid of 13? Matthew's out. Thank you very much. 13 now. Looking for 13. There's 75 for 17. $17 now. She wants to make sure she gets that. 17 now. 17. Looking for a bid of 17. How about a bid of 17? 17. Surig is out. 17 once. Looking for a bit of 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. A bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? And now she's gone again. $17. Looking for a bit of 18. Anybody bit of 18? How about a bit of 18? $18 now. A bit of 18. Paul is out. Surig is out. Matthew is out. Time somebody new stepped in here and threw a bid at me. Yeah, 17 going once, looking for 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. A bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? My fries got cold.
I bet they do.
It's all right, I can buy more. All right, we're sold. 75. $17. Thank you, thank you. Next up, we have one of those Jefferson nickel thingies. For the Jefferson nickel in you, how about a $15 start? Nice, beautiful, 1950D. 50D, folks. This is a key date, and it looks like it could be a 66 grade coin. Could be. But we're going to start it at 15. That's just gem uncirculated. $15. Joseph at 15. Joseph, there's Richard. Hello, Richard. How you doing tonight? Joe at 15. 15 now. Looking for a 16. No, not full steps. Well, it's close, but it's not full steps. Let me flip it over and I'll show you. It has the impression for all the steps, but they have slight cuts. There you go. So it's got just a little bit of hit damage on it. If it didn't have the hit damage, it might have full steps. I got Surig now at 19, looking for 20. $20 bill. How about a $20 bill? A bit of $20. $20. How about a bit of $20? That's right. It is a copper coin because it's only 25% nickel. It is predominantly copper. It is a very nice nickel. It's well struck. Nice uncirculated condition. Definitely a 50D. You know, you're right about that. They really are kind of tough to get. I don't know quite how I did it, but I ended up with a whole roll of them. Right?
I hear you.
Was struck through where?
On the back.
On the reverse? On the Monticello? Or is it Monticello? Maybe very slightly, but I don't really see anything. That's a scrape mark next to the far right window. It's too shiny to be anything else. Steps and window area. Yeah, no, there's nothing there. Very nice uncirculated coins. Sissy is at $20. Looking for 21. 21, anybody bid at 21. Last chance at 21. How about a bit of 21? 21, now anybody bid at 21. Yeah, the planchet wash thing has basically destroyed all the modern coins. Most of them, anyway. Faux show. All right, got Sissy a winner. Sissy a winner of a beautiful 1950 D nickel. All right, up next, who wants to see? We have a Woody. 1927, Philadelphia. Look at the stripes on this. Let's see if I can get them to show up. There we go. Woody stripes. Got a Woody. I got a Woody, man. 1927. Beautiful condition, too, man. This coin is nice. It's a really nice AU. Yeah, right. OMG. Looking for a $19 bid on this. Got Stonecutter at 19, now 20. Now 20. How about a bid of $20? $20 now. How about a bid of $20? Just getting started. 19 looking for 20. $20. How about a $20 bid? There's Farm Dog at 20. Farm Dog at 20 now. 21. 21. How about a bid of 21? 21. A bit of 21. 21 now. A bit of 21. $21 now. Anybody bid at 21? 21. How about a bid at 21? Any bids at 21? $21 now. 22. There's 22 now. 23. 22 now. 23. 23. Anybody bid at 23? 23. Yep. The Woody really is more concentrated just around the center of the design, going all the way from top to bottom in a stripe, running right through Mr. Lincoln.
It's hard to see it on that camera, but I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. Farm Dog now at 23. 23 now 24. $24. How about a bit of 24? 24. Anybody bit of 24? How about a bit of 24? Now a bit of 24. How about a bit of 24? Now a bit of 24. 23. There's 25. 25 now 26. 26. Stonecutter at 25 now 26. 26. How about a bit of 26? 26 now. A bit of 26. 25. Looking for a bit of 26. It's a red brown. Farm Dog is out. Looking for another bid. 25 now 26. Anybody bid at 26? 26. Final call out now. 25. Looking for a bid at 26. $26 now. How about a bid at 26? And sold to Stonecutter 25. As soon as you see that bid in there, if you want to bid higher, you should be doing it. Don't wait for my voice. It's 30 seconds behind. Just letting you know. Don't have live, not with YouTube. It's semi-live. Look at this. It's a 1964 proof cent. Okay? Just a 64 proof cent, right? No. This one is struck through a fiber on the reverse. Right here. Look at that. There's like a thread sitting on the coin when it was struck, and then it came out. Struck through fiber, proof coin. Start this off at $17. 17. How about a bit of 17? 17. Anybody bit of 17? 17. Look for 17 now. Anybody bit of 17? Really nice error. For a proof coin, anyway. Actually, even for a mint state coin, that would be a really nice error. Mr. French at 17, then Paul at 20. $20 now. 21. 21. Anybody bit of 21? 21. How about a bit of 21? It is a highway for sure. It's a cavern. No, it's cavernous. It is a canyon. It is a canyon. 21 from Dick French now. 22. 22. Anybody bit of 22? 22. Anybody bit of 22? How about a bit of 22? 22 now. Anybody bit of 22? How about a bit of 22? 22 now. Anybody bit of 22 out there? Anybody bit of 22? Struck through fiber on the reverse. Fiber? You remember the old Cheerios commercial? It's plus your daily recommended dose of fiber.
Fiber? I like when Santa Claus let me bid. He let me do this once in a while. I have a 22 now. 23? 23, anybody? 23? 23? I have 22 now. 23 now. 24. 24, 24, 24. Late 25. Santa Claus gonna like me. 25, Paul Hampton, 25. Paul Hapmerton. Hapmerton.
Hey, that one time when I was doing the little cards for a reveal, Paul was in the reveal. I used to do P. Hampton for his name, and it came out P. Hapmerton one day. I put the M and the P. I got them mixed up. Early die state, all of them are, Eric. Most proofs are early die state because very seldom did they strike enough coins to enter mid die state. So I got Paul at 28. 28 now, 30 now, 30 now, a bit of $30. Nano Shazbot. Got a dog over there camped out on the floor with a snake right next to him. He's got a toy snake. It's one of those sewn together toy snakes that you play tug with. He's got that thing stretched out right next to him on the floor. I got Mr. French at 29 now, 30 now, 30. Hey, a bit of a $30 bid. How about a bit of $30 bid? 30 now, a bit of a $30 bid. A bit more for Santa Claus. Santa Claus is coming to town. Paul is at 34. $34 bid. Now, anybody bid at 35, 35, 35. How about a bit of 35? I thought 36. It'd be 36, wouldn't it? Paul at 34 looks, get a bit of 36. 36 now. Anybody bid at 36? Any bit of 36. 36 now. Anybody bid at 36? 36. Sasso, where you been? Mr. French says, out to Paul. Paul, congratulations. You are the winner. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So very, very nice.
That's very nice coin. Like that coin. Okay, Simca, next box.
Here we go. Look at this little guy. 1914, Philadelphia. All right, here we are. Basically a normal 1914 Philadelphia. Look at this. Bam. Lamination strip going all the way across the coin. All the way. Rim to rim. All the way. $12 start on this. $12. Anybody bid a $12 bid? How about a bid of $12? $12 now. Anybody bid a $12? It's a good plus coin. At $12. Anybody bid a $12? $12 now. Cornholio. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Tippy for my bungle. Ah!
I got Michael Hernandez at 15. 15 is the highest bid. Michael Hernandez at 15. 15 now. Sissy at 16. 16 now. 17. 17. How about a bit of 17? $17 bid. A bit of 17. 17. Prop it up. On what? Huh?
You can see it a little bit better when you tilt it just a hair. I guess what they're talking about.
Either that or I'm supposed to be more of a obnoxious clown than I am now.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been about what you were doing. Yeah.
Tippy from my bungholio. Are you threatening me?
Paul Hampton at 32, $22 now. 22 looking for 23. 23, how about a bit of 23? 23 now, a bit of 23. There's Mr. McCumber back. He must have stuffed his gut.
Yeah.
There's Sissy at 23. 23 now, 24. $24, how about a bit of 24? 24. That's a Frankenstein lamb. I had one going across Lincoln's face one time. Man, he looked like he was patched together with sewing thread. 23 now, looking for a bit of 24. 24, how about a bit of 24? But a bit of 24, 24. Nobody bid at 24. There's 25. 25 now, 26. 26 now, how about a bit of 26? I got Paul at 25, looking for a bit of 26. $26, how about a bit of 26? 26 now, but a bit of 26. A very nice lamination. Everybody says out to Paul. Is that what I'm looking at here? Everybody out to Paul. Everybody want to get stoned. All right, give it a few more seconds. It's going to be your last call here. Last call looking for Paul. Anybody to outbid Paul at 25? Anybody bid at 26? $26 now. How about a bid at 26? Last call, last call. Fridge was empty and you're waiting on delivery?
He was. I think he already just.
Damn, bro. You know they got what you call possum around there. We're sold. Paul Hampton, 25. Give it to Paul.
Yeah.
Key date coin here. Key date alert. Walk. Key date. 1914D. It's a little bit worse for wear, but it is a nice coin. Matthew Merriman gives me a $210 bid right straight off. Now 220, 220, a bit of 220. 220 now, a bit of 220, 220. How about a bit of 220? Well, yeah, it's roadkill, but it's a roadkill key date coin. There's your obverse, the obverse. Here is your reverse. 220 looking for 220 looking for 220, 220. How about a bit of 220? 220, 220. Anybody bit of 220? You're going to have to start getting some therapy or exercise on the foot because otherwise it won't heal. Got to be able to do something. I got a 210 looking for 220. Last call looking for 220. 229, a bit of 220. How about a bit of 220? 1914D. Key date coin here is a $250 coin. Key date coin. Looking for 220, 220, a bit of 220, 220. How about a bit of 220, 220? I've got this graded at fine 12. At fine 12, it's a $240 coin. Yep, the details are pretty much so. You can still see the split between the cheek and the jaw. That is a requirement for very fine. The very fine coin is about $300. You're going to get about 5 more seconds to make your choice, and then I'm going to sell it.
So to the married man.
All right, we're sold to the merry man. There we go, $210. That was a great one.
Yeah, that was a good buy.
Where do we go next? How about, well, we've had a 14 plain. We've had a 14D. How about 1914S? 1914S, this one is a nice coin. The colors are just a little weird on this camera. But it's a 14S. a pretty 14S. I'm going to start this at $45. $45 for a VF. Nice VF. $45, 45, anybody bid at 45, 45, 45, how about a bit of 45, 45? Wait a bit of 45, how about a bit of 45, 45, now a bit of 45, 45, how about a bit of 45, 45, now a bit of 45? You want to start me off 45, 45, now a bit of 45? This is a semi to the semi key. 14S is one of the mid to upper range S mints. Yeah, your 14S, your 15S, your 13S, your 11S. 11S and the 14S are pretty much equivalent. 10S is a little bit of a drop down. 16S on up, they're actually quite a bit more common as you go. 26S is a conditional rarity. So you get one of those in uncirculated, and you're talking about a huge money coin. But if it's in fine or very fine, you're talking about a $5, $6, $7 coin. It's one of those funky things. Goes from a $3 coin up to, probably $30,000 or $40,000, depending on the grade. No start, 45. How about 40? 40, give me start at 40. $40 start now. How about a $40? $40 bid, 80 bid of $40. How about a bid of 40? 1914S. Nice looking 1914S.
Only a little over 4 million.
40 start now. How about a $40? $40. How about a bid of $40? $40 bid now. A bid of $40. And Frank is basically sitting there shaking in his chair like he needs to pee. It's like, dude, I want that coin. Get back and forth the dumpster and the mailbox. Well, that's the most important thing. As long as you can get to the toilet and the refrigerator, I'm good. No bids. No bid. $40. No love here. Oh, there's Sissy. Sissy at 40. 40 now, 42. 40 now, 42. Anybody bid at 42? How about a bit of 42? 42. Now a bit of 42. Crying. Broke tears over here. Eric, you're like one of those dogs looking at steak, giving you that. What my dog does, since he doesn't do the little doggy cry, he grunts. So if he sees something he wants, you hear. All right, got Sissy at 40, looking for a $42 bid. 42 now, a bit of 42. How about a bit of 42? 42? No bid of 42. Looking for a bit of 42. Last call now, a bit of 42. How about a bit of 42? 42 now, a bit of 42. How about a bit of 42? 42? Well, we're going to sell it. Sissy makes a bid at $40, gets that coin right there. That's how it works. That's how we do it. 1925, Philadelphia, very nice AU coin. We're going to start this at $6. $6. 1925, it's a really, really nice, shiny AU. Color is a little strange. It's not wrong. It's just kind of strange, but it shows just a little tiny tacky wear. So we're going to keep it at a low price for you. $6 start on Mickey here. $6 now, looking for $7. How about a $7 bid there? Stonecutter at 7. 7 now, 8. 7 now, $8. $8 bid. Now a bit of $8. How about a bit of $8 bid? Now a bit of $8. There is Mickey at $8. $8 now, 9. Now 9. Anybody bid a 9? There's Matthew back at 9. Stonecutter tries 9. Needs a $10 bid. $10. Now a bit of $10. How about that bid of $10 now? A bit of 10. There's Stonecutter at 10. 10 now, $11. 11 now. Anybody bid $11? How about $11 bid? There's Matthew at $11 now, 12. 11 now, 12 now, 12. Anybody bid at 12? 12. Anybody bid at $12? Mickey is out. Thank you, Mickey. Stonecutter back at 14. $14. Slam the door in their face. Matthew is out. Stonecutter at 14. Probably going to get it at that. We're going to give it another second. 14 looking for 15. Last call looking for 15. $15. How How about a $15 bid? Anybody bid a $15? 15. All right, we're sold at $14. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Stonecutter. Next up, I have another toner. Look at that coin. Oh my God. Really? $14 to start this one off. It's a 1955S, but it's got some of the best bullseye toning I've ever seen. Say, doy, man, that is nice. Now look at the reverse. We've done the obverse. And now, the reverse. That is cute right there. Tim gives me a $30 bid. Tim at 30 now, 32. Tim at 30 now, 32, 32. How about a bit of 32, 32, 32? Anybody bit of 32? Well, hey, Joe. I don't think I've seen you since the beginning of the show. Look at that. Oh, my. IT gives me a 32. Red, no. This would be a red brown if it were graded, because anything not red is considered brown because they don't have red purple. They don't have red green. They don't have red orange. It's just red or brown. So anything that's not red, they call brown. Right, Dan? Timothy back at 35. 35 now, 37. 37, looking for 37, 37. How about a bit of 37, 37? Any 37 out there? How about a bit of 37? 37 now, a bit of 37. Trying to get this crap off this. I probably just need to flip this over and get a clean side. There we go. All this stuff is just little fleckies, and they come right off. I just got to get it at the right angle for them to come off. McGursh. Right? 35, anybody bid higher than 35, 35, looking for 37, 37. Anybody bid at 37? Hey, give it about 10 seconds, then I'll call it. It's, you know what, folks, I can't really give you much about the color because I'm colorblind. My names for colors don't match yours. I can't really tell. That area around 1 cent up there, I believe, is pink. It looks red to me, reddish pink. And like the middle of his face is also a color that looks about the same. But the outside edges are all just there. That's pure toning right there. Yeah, Wanda would love this one. All right, we're sold. Tim Morrell, 35. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All righty then. What do we have next? 1944D. 44D, and this one's got a little bit of toning on it too. Not a whole lot. I'm going to start off cheap. It's only $5. $5 will get you this one. $5. Anybody bid a $5 bid? How about a bid of $5? Anybody bid a $5 bid? Wait, anybody bid a $5 bid? How about a bid of $5? $5, $9, anybody bid a $5? How about a bid of $5? $5, $9, anybody bid a $5? Really nice, impressive looking 44D. Got just a little bit of toning riding along. Paul Hampton gives me a $5 bid. 5 now, 6. How about a bit of 6? 6 now. Anybody bid a $6? $6. How about a bit of $6? $6 now. Anybody bid a $6? Frank, what's this? 5, Joe? I don't know. $6. 5.5 or $6 now. Get you this one. Anybody bid a $6? How about a $6 bid? There's Frank at 7. 7 now, looking for an $8 bid. $8 now. How about a bit of $8? $8. Anybody bid of $8? How about a bit of 8? No 8. Got $7. $7.50, Paul Hampton says. $7.50 now 8. Looking for $8, $8 bid now. How about a $8 bid, $8.09? A bit of $8. How about a bit of $8, $8? Yeah, Tim was bidding back in the days of my going nuts on toners. Had a lot of toners. I ended up with rolls and rolls of them. I got Paul at $7.50. Last chance here, an $8 bid. And sold. Paul Hampton, $7.50. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, Frank. We got up ahead of you there just a little bit. I'd be faster on the trigger, I guess. All right, how about this one? Would you look at that? From mountain's majesty to the deep blue sea, here I am, looking at you. Will you look at me? I'm $10. Who wants me? Natalie hollered out, "Hey, Chuck, miss your voice." Hello, Natalie. One of these days we might be able to meet each other. I've been trying to meet Jim for about 4 or 5 years now. Mickey's got 11 on it. Sissy tries 11. Mickey's already got it. Now 13 to Frank. 13 to Frank, now 14. $14. How about a bit of 14? $14 now. A bit of 14. Now, Kevin, we've selected to do it tomorrow after the roll reveal show. Got Sissy at 14. 14 now, 15. 15. How about a bit of 15? 15. How about a bit of 15? 15. Anybody a bit of 15? 15 now. Anybody a bit of 15? How about a bit of 15? 15. There's Paul at 15. 15 now, 16. $16 now. How about a bit of $16? Looking for 16 now. Anybody a bit of 16? How about a bit of $16? There's Sissy at 16. 16 now, $17. How about a bit of 17? How about a bit of 17? Ah, the reverse. Funny you should ask. Right? How about that coin? IET gives me a $17 bid. He wants to play. He doesn't get it. He wants you to take that. He wants you to take that snake from him. The Kraken has awakened. There's Sissy at 18. 18 now, $19. How about I didn't bid a 19, bid a 19.90, bid a 19. Thank you, Eric. You like my backside. Oh, you like the backside of my coin. Oh, like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. All right. Anybody going to outbid Sissy? Got $18. 18 now. Look over a bit of $19. $19. How about a bit of $19? $19. Now a bit of 19. All right, Timothy. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you much and have a great night. You got 5 seconds if you want to bid. Sold, Sissy. $18. You got yourself a hell of a coin. Yeah, it's past 9 o'clock. I can use my big words now.
That's right.
All you little kiddies, go to bed. $19.41s. You remember that 39s? Look at this. You Chinese. You Chinese coin. I like you. Look at that. Just look at it. $14 start on this, folks. $14. Mickey gives me a bit of 14. 14 now, 15. 15. 15. How about a bit of 15? 15. Wait, a bit of 15. How about a bit of 15? $15 now. A bit of 15. How about 18 now? 19. A bit of 19. $19. How about a bit of 19 now? A bit of 19. Man, we got a cutie coming up here. Almost forgot about that one. How could I almost forget about that? It's about 7 coins ahead of where we are now. We don't have all that much left. Well, we do actually. I added a bunch to it. It ended at 45 at one point. 21 to Dick French. 21 now, 22. There's 25 to Paul. Right? David, I'll let you stay. Don't mind your dad. I'll call him. 25 to Paul. Anybody 26? There's Angie. How you doing? 25 now. Look at a bit of 26. 26 now. How about a bit of 26? 26. Hey, anybody a bit of 26? There's Mr. French back at 26. 26 now. 27. $27. How about a $27 bid? Anybody bid at 27? How about a bid at 27? 27. Anybody bid at 27? 27. Looking for 27. How about a bid at 27? 27. Oh, Frank's got a meeting to go to. We're probably going to have to cut the auction short and just rerun probably Thursday or Friday. We're doing great, Angie. We're doing good. It's really good. I hear it's pretty chilly over there right now. I mean, hell, it's pretty chilly here right now. We're below freezing now. All right, we got Dick French at $26. 26 is going to get this one. That's all we got. Right there. Congratulations, Mr. French, sir. Now, another pretty one. 1913 S Mint. 13S tough coin. And this one, that's not all scraped up, folks. That's the color of the metal. All right, Kelly Ray. Wrapped up in warm blankets and your eyes are getting heavy. Oh, no. Well, I tell you what, though. Your need for warm blankets isn't nearly as much as our need for warm blankets right now. The reverse of this 13S. Nice coin. Really is. It's got kind of a weak reverse. What do I have this graded at? A fine plus. It really sort of is, technically. But I tell you what, do we have a start on this? We do have a start on this? Where do we go? 13? That's right. We got Matthew at 13. Looking for 14. There's Dan at 14. 14 now. Matthew at 15. Farm Dog at 16. 16 now. 17. 17. $17 is the bid now. A bit of 17. Got Dan at 17. 17 now. 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? There's 18 now. 20. How about 21? 21. A bit of 21. 21. 21. A bit of 21. 21. How about a bit of 21? Tried to type a 20 but got W0. There's 22. IT at 22. 22 now. 23. 23. 23. A bit of 23. How about a bit of 23? Got Farm Dog at 24. 24 now. 25. 25. 25. How about a bit of 25? 25. Anybody bid at 25? 25. How about a bit of 25 now? A bit of 25. IT at 20, 26 now. 26 now. 27. 27. How about a bit of 27? 27.
Thank you, Santa Claus. I enjoyed it very much. To 27 now. 27. 27 to 28. They're 29.
Only a little over 6 million made. We got one of them right here. 13S is actually a very tough date. A lot of people overlook. Here's IT at $30. 30 now. 32. 32. 32. 32. A bit of 32. 32. 32. 31. I can't do 31, Farm Dog. Got to be 32. It's $2 increments after 30. 32, next bid. IT at 32, now 34. 34, 34, 34. How about a bit of 34, 34? A bit of 34. 34 now, a bit of 34. Farm Dog at 35. Got 35. Now 35 the bid. Looking for 37. 37 now. 37. How about a bit of 37? I got 35. 35 looking for 37. $37 to bid. Now a bit of 37. 35 once. Now looking for a bit of 37. 37 now. How about a bit of 37? I got 35. 35 twice now. Looking for 37. 37. How about a bit of 37? 37. And sold at $35. Farm Dog. Thank you very much, sir. 36S up next. Nice looking 36S. Choice BU. Nothing special out of the door or anything like that, but a 36S in a nice red is a very difficult coin to come by. So there it is. We're running this one cheap. $9 to start. Matthew gives me a $9 bid. $9 now, 10. Now 10, now 10. How about a $10 bid? $10. Now a bit of $10. 10 now, a bit of 10. How about a bit of 10? 10 now, a bit of 10. Got 9, 9. Going once now. Looking for a $10 bid. $10 now, a bit of $10. How about a bit of $10 bid? Got 9 now twice. Looking for a $10 bid. $10 now, a bit of $10. How about a $10 bid? And sold. $9. Matthew Merriman. Got yourself a heck of a deal going on there. Oh, Dan came in at $10 right after it ended. How about a 17S? Man, would you look at that? Got a little bit of original luster left on this one. This is really an AU coin, but I go with a extremely fine just to keep everybody happy. I got Matthew at 19, 19 now, 20. $20 bid, 29, a bit of $20. How about a $20 bid? 80, but a bit of $20 bid. Not a bit of 20. There's Sissy at 20, 20 now, 21, 21. How about a bit of 21, 21? Matthew back at 21, 21 now, 22. 22 now, anybody bit at 22, 22, looking for 22. There's Sissy at 22 now, 23. 22 now, 23. It's a very nice coin. It really is. 23 to Matthew now, 24. 24 now, anybody bit at 24, 24. How about a bit of 24? Sissy back at 24 now, 25. 24 now, 25. Matthew back at 25 now, 26. 25 now, 26. How about a bit of 26, 26? There's 26 now, 27. $27. How about a bit of 27, 27? Now a bit of 27, 27. Matthew's out. Thank you very much. Now 27, looking for 27. 26 once now, looking for 27. 26 twice now, looking for 27. $27. How about a bit of 27? And sold to Ant at 26. Thank you very much, sir. Ant at a $26 take. Now we've got this. Another beautiful toner. Toner alert. Toner alert. 1940. Look at that. 1940 Denver. That's a high luster coin right there, folks. IT, $10. $10 now, 11. Now 11. How about $11 bid? $11 bid. Now a bit of $11. How about 11 now? A bit of $11. Sissy likes it. I got Dan McCumber at 12. 12 now, 13. There's 14. IT at 14 now, 15. $15. How about a bit of 15? Dan at 15, IT back at 16. 16 now, 17. Now 17, $17. How about a bit of 17? There's 20. IT up to 20 now, 20, 20 now, 21. Looking for 21, 21. Anybody bid at 21, $21? Anybody bid at 21? Dan is out. Make a deal. Made a deal? Oh, you made a deal. I might just have. Oh, Mr. French comes in at 21. 21 now 22. 22 next. Anybody bid at 22? 22. Anybody bid at 22? How about a bid at 22? I got a couple of more toners out here. You can look at the list. You can see. There's a 37 coming up, a 1940 coming up. All right, I'm going to knock this one over to IT because she wants it. Blaine, good night, sir. Have a great night. All right, next up. Next up for my kiddies, a 1916S. This isn't just any 1916S. Just take a look at it. Look at the little lines you can see right there. But that is not all. I am going to flip your eyeballs back into your head. Take a look at this. Chong. Womp. Looks like the inside of a piece of cardboard. It's got so many stripes. It's got more stripes than our flag. Farm dog at $10 now. Paul Hampton tries 10, needs $11. $11 bid now. How about $11 bid? $11. There's IT at 12. IT at 12. Now Stonecutter at 15. 15 now 16. $16. How about a bid of 16? I got Paul Hampton at 15 now. Stonecutter at 15. Daniel at 16. Farm dog at 20. Farm dog at 20 now 21. 21. Anybody bid at 21? There's IT at 22. 22 now 23. $23. How about a bid of 23? 23. Anybody bid at 23? I got IT at 22. Looking for a bid of 23. 23 now. Anybody bid at 23? There's Stonecutter at 23. Well, quit doing that then. Stonecutter at 23. Farm dog back at 25. It's all farm dog now at 25. $25. How about a 26? There's farm dog at 27. What'd you go to 27 for? Oh, that's because Paul Hampton was at 25. Farm dog at 27. I get it now. Stonecutter says he's out. I would be too because I can't count. Farm dog at 27. Looking for 28. 28. Anybody bid at 28? 28. How about that bid of $28 now? Anybody bid at 28? How about a bid of 28? 28. Yeah, right. It is a nice one. Really nice. You just don't get it, do you? I'm talking to the dog, sorry. He's over there ripping up his snake. He's murdering his snake. Paul Hampton at 28. 28 now, 29, 29. How about a $29 bid? 29. Anybody bid at 29? There's 30. Farm dog at 30. 30 now, 31. $31. How about a bid of 31? 31. Anybody bid at 31? How about a bid of 31? 30, looking for 31. 32, I'm sorry, 32. Need a 32. $32 bid. How about a bid of 32? 32 now, a bit of 32. How about a bid of 32? I shouldn't talk to Mickey that way. Mickey gave up on his hat. He's not sitting here next to me like he should be.
That's because my phone's charging. I got to
Oh. Get that. Sherman.
What are you doing, boy?
Sherman's over there chewing up a cloth snake, and he keeps choking on it. Out to the dog. All right, the dog gets it. $30. $30 to the farm dog. Thank you, Mr. Farm Dog. And you just keep letting me be the star of the show. I can't keep it straight for nothing, but you keep letting me be the star of the show. 27D, uncirculated. 27D, uncirculated. Big coin alert. $89 start. Let's start it at 85. Make it easier. Start at 85. I don't know why I put 89 in there. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. It's a $140 coin. There's Matthew starting at 85. 85 now, $90. 85 now, $90 bid. $90 bid on this 1927 D. Red brown, uncirculated coin. What's wrong with the nose? I don't know. Why did he say smell? Nothing. It's just part of the relief. Maybe there might be a little hanger scratch on there somewhere. Let me check it. Now that you ask. Oh, okay, I get it. There's one scratch on the nose, and it makes it look like it goes the full length of the nose, but it doesn't. Oh, you dumb. There it is. Just that little scratch down there on the nose. And because of the ridgeline of the nose and the color of the coin, made it look like it went all the way up the nose, but it doesn't. It's kind of small.
Very small.
But that's what it is. Got 85. Matthew at 85 looking for 90. Last call looking for $90. $90 bid. 90 now. Anybody bid at $90? How about a bid at 90? 90 now? Anybody bid at 90? How about a bid at 90? $90? Anybody bid at 90? Tiny nose ring. Yep, that's it. Exactly. Oops, where did I type that? There we go. Sold, Matthew, 85. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yes, you may. Another one coming right up. This is one of the prettiest damn 1922 Ds I have seen in years and years. They don't come like this often. Would you look at that? Look how clean that coin is. Clean and brown, just like they should be. I put an AU++ on this. AU++ a value of $85. I got it starting at 75. Anybody want it? 75. 75, 75. How about a bit of 75, 75? How about a bit of 75? Look how clean this is. I mean, 1922D, they just don't come like this. No, not an RPM. Not a Rip'em. Just a nice 22D. Oh, you're probably looking at it like that. That's that little sink that you get next to the mint mark, and it's a shadow. That's not a RPM though. It pretty much is Unk, but because I was going to give it kind of a chance, I wanted to sell it as an AU to be sure that when you got it graded and PCGS lies to you and tells you it's an AU, that you don't got nothing to come back to me about.
Right.
I say it's an uncirculated, but we got Farm Dog at 75. I hate you, Farm Dog. I want this coin. I want to put it in my book. Got 75. 75 now, looking for an $80 bid. 80 now, a bit of 80. How about a bit of $80? $80 now, a bit of $80. $80 for my $200 $85 AU. Yours is missing the D.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate
Send
that.
it to me.
I hate it when that happens.
Just send it to me. It'll be
You send it over to me, and I can glue a new one on there for you. That's right, golden milk chocolate. I love the color of this. Pretty much a regular D, just a D. But look at the condition. Look at it. I got Farm Dog at 75, looking for 80. Going to close it here in just a couple of minutes. 75, looking for an $80 bid. 80 now, a bit of 80. How about a bit of 80? $80 now, a bit of $80. It's only another $5. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Some people will pay a lot of money for those defective coins.
Yeah,
Oh, yours is an AG. Yeah, this one has a little more detail.
Mine's VF.
Yours is VF. You could have an uncirculated one.
Hmm?
Pull that trigger or I'm going to end it. You got about 10 seconds. Sold to Farm Dog. 75. Can I come visit once in a while? Because I also want to visit with the other coin. You know what other coin we're talking about? Talking about the 22 plane that came out in just about almost as nice as this. Right? All right, here we go. Toner alert. There you go, 1937. 1937, pretty toning on it. Starting this one at $14. How about a bit of $14? $14 now, a bit of $14. How about a bit of $14? $14 now, a bit of $14. How about a bit of $14? $14. How about a bit of 14? I got Dan at 14. 14 now 15. Got Dick French at 15. 15 now 16. 16, how about a $16 bid? 16. There's Dan at 16. 16 now 17. The colors keep on going. Yes, they do. I have dug through my closet for 2 weeks now. This is what I came up with. 16 looking for 17. $17. How about a bit of 17? You want me to flip it? Heads or tails? Look at that. That's a bag coin right there. That was sitting on another coin. Prevented a little strip of it from toning. I can visit? Yay! I almost know where he lives. I mean, if I could fly in on a plane, I'd find it.
All right.
But because I have to drive to it, I'm not sure I could. Fine pastels. Wait a minute. Fine pastels all the way across this coin, like cool, clean water on a lake. Dan gives me a $20 bid. 29, 21. 21. How about a bit of 21? 21. Any bit of 21. In a world where everything is on fire. IT at 21. Dan goes out. IT at 21. Now 22. 22. How about a bit of 22? Anybody bit of 22? 22 looking for 22. How about a bit of 22? Eric! Making sure he's awake. Eric! I feel like one of those prairie dogs stick his head up out of the hole. Eric! 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 All right, we're sold. Sold to IT. Nope, not $2. It's not $2. Bueller. There we go. Next coin. This coin is a 1935D in nice BU color. Pretty coin. Matthew gives me a $14 bid. 14 now, 15, 15. How about a bit of 15? Why did it suddenly get cold? You didn't feel that? No way. Seriously?
A ghost went through you or something there.
Dude, the temperature just went down 10 degrees in 3 seconds.
Had to been a ghost coming past me.
14 now looking for 15. How about a bit of 15? 15 now, a bit of 15. Looking for 15. How about a bit of 15? $15 now, a bit of 15.
The hair did stand up on the back of my neck, but I didn't feel any temperature.
I haven't got no ghost in here that I know about. I've never seen one.
It's weird. The hair on the back of my head.
That was weird. The temperature just went down 10 degrees. I mean, it was like probably close to 75. And it dropped down to 65. It's not much warmer than that now. Nobody but Matthew. Matthew gets it. There's the reverse for you. Nice, pretty coin. Dude, that kind of money for this, that's almost like going and taking advantage of somebody. All right, toner alert. Toner alert. $5, folks. $5 get you started on this. Look at that. That is a toner Woody. A toner Woody. Oh my gosh. At $5. Dick French gives me a $5 bid. 5 now, 6, 6. How about a bit of 6? Look at that. Look how nice and calm that is. Serene. IT at 7. That's a nice serene looking reverse. Yeah, thing is, though, they didn't make mint sets in 1940. Would you look at that? Paul Hampton at 950 now. IT at 12. This is going to go nuts. There's a long line of auction items left, and we're running out of steam and time. We're probably going to have to shoot the rest of it over to next week's auction. Get finished with the singles here, and then we'll talk about the albums through the week on Discord. Because there are some sweet albums going on here. I got a 13 from Paul Hampton. 13, now a bit of 14. How about a bit of 14? 14, now a bit of 14. IAT at 14, now 15. How about a bit of 15, $15? How about a bit of 15, 15, now a bit of 15? How many people would like to go back to doing the remainder of the auction tomorrow evening? Oh, no. Tomorrow has to be the game. Tomorrow will be the game. And then we can do the auction on Thursday. Wednesday. On Wednesday. We do the auction on Wednesday. Finish the auction off on Wednesday. Any empty used Kennedy half albums? Maybe. But I'm not sure. I can look. Can you see if there's a Kennedy Dansko back there? There might be a Kennedy Dansko hanging back there. There. A month of Santa Claus. You're right. I got a bunch of stuff going on here. You want a pregame auction? Can't do a pregame auction because pregame is going to be the reveal show. And then I'll be doing reveals most of the day.
No, that's American Eagle. No.
They're all Eagle? Okay. All right. I'm going to sell this one. Tim Crowell. $15. Tim Crowell at $15. Thank you, sir. All righty then. Let's see what we've got going on next. How about a 1940? Is this right? 37? 1940? What happened? What did I do? That was the 40. Oh. Yeah. I got dumb. I didn't put this one away. The 40D. I got too excited. Number 37. Had it is. Okay. Oh. Anybody here happen to need a 1929D in uncirculated? 1929D uncirculated. Got to start this one off at 45. 45, get you started on this. How about a bit of 45? 45, a bit of 45? How about a bit of 45? A bit of 45, $45. How about a bit of 45? A bit of 45? All your information has changed. Please send it to the email address that you see at the bottom of the screen. That way I can be sure to send your invoice to the proper place. Oh, that's kind of spotty on the reverse, isn't it? I got a 45 to start now. This is at least a $60 coin. I still have a couple of other places I can look for that album. I don't think I have one, but there's a chance. I've got a few albums that are, to me, odd denomination.
I've got a couple of Whitmans that are empty at the house.
On
Kennedy.
Kennedy's. DC, do you need Dansko, or would others do? I've got access to a Whitman.
Both of them.
Matthew at 45, gonna bid of $50. How about a $50 bid? Anybody bid of $50? How about a 47? Another bid. Anybody bid of 47? $47. How about a bid of 47? This coin's worth well more than that. Needs to be Dansko. All right, no action. Gonna sell this one to Matthew Merriman at 45. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Are we looking for a 2-cent coin? Anybody need a ducat 2-cent coin? Gonna start this one at $110. But it's pretty, people.
Nice.
Oh, it's pretty. It's a little bit softly struck, but man, that's just how they come. This one is actually uncirculated. I put AU on it because of a fear of professional grading. But just look at it.
You never know what mood they're going to be in.
Mood.
Yeah.
I was thinking of who was working that
Yeah,
day.
well,
A real grader or one of their pseudo graders. Do we like this?
that's a nice one.
$110 will get it, folks. 110. Anybody bid of 110? How about a bit of 110? 110? Now a bit of 110. Angie says I'm killing her. You want me to just hang on to this stuff for another 2 or 3 weeks? Run it again? I tell you what, I'll do pictures. I'll do pictures of stuff and send them out in emails so you guys can think and plan.
Yeah, everybody loves it. I think everybody's spent out.
Everybody spent out. Sounds good, Paul. Just tell me exactly how many you want and what you want, and I'll get it all taped up and boxed up and ready to go. Oh, Matthew gives me a 110. 110 start on this. This is a beautiful coin, folks. I mean, there's just nothing compares to you, Sinead. 110. We've got a 110.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Oh, you can read we. Yeah, of course. Not only can you read we, but you can see what was original luster on this coin. The we is strong on this. There is no wear on this coin. That was my dog. Matthew at 110, looking for 120. Going to do a last call, looking for 120. 120, how about a bit of 120? Anybody bid a 120? How about a bit of 120 now? Anybody bid a 120? No, this is not cleaned. This is not cleaned. This is probably one of the most excellent 1864 2-cent coins I've seen. The only flaws on this being that hit at the rim where the T in United is kind of shines right now. You can see it there. And then the other flaw being that it is kind of weakly struck. Some of the design did not come up as nicely as it could have, like the flock of the right arrow, the tail of the right arrow, and the leaves on the right part of the oak wreath. And that's not oak, that's olive. Paul Hampton gives me a 120. 120 now, 130. How about a bit of 130, 130? Anybody bit of 130? Matthew says he's not going to go any farther. I do believe it's a large motto. I didn't check, actually. Perhaps I should have. Let me see. I'll look for you real quick. There's large and small motto. I know the difference if I see the coin. Quit. It's this berry right here that tells you the difference. This curls under, and then this one curls over.
Oh, okay.
And also you can really tell at this grade, this is definitely a large motto. It's definitely a normal large motto. And thick date. I don't know about the date part. It is actually, I guess. I don't think it's doubled. I think that's just, when you cut the top off of a bevel, you end up with something that looks thicker than it should. Yeah, there's no doubling in around the date and the denticles or anything else. It's just a normal large date. Paul at 120. I get a bit of 130. Last call. Looking for 130. Nobody 130? Sold. Paul Hampton 120. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's see. What else do I have going on here? Shut this down so I can see what I'm doing. Shut that down. Where did I go? Here we go. All right. There we go. All right. Get this back in the holder. 1998 wide AM. Starting this one off at $6. 98 wide AM. Whoever needs a 98 wide AM, let me know. There you go. Just a BU, not really much for grade, but it is definitely a wide AM. It's a scarce coin. Looking for a bid at $6. Anybody bid at $6? $6 bid. How about a bid at $6? Anybody bid at $6? Get me started at $6. $6 now. Anybody bid at what? $6? Oh, did Frosty want one of these?
Yeah, that's why I brought it. Oh, wait, that's the one.
1998 wide AM. Looking for 6. Dick French gives me 6 now. 6.5. 6.5. Looking for 6.5. $7. $7 bid. How about a bid of $7? How about a bid of 7? Anybody bid of 7? How about a bid of 7 now? Anybody bid of 7? Your wife won't be fuming if you have your own income source and she can't reach it. You put the jar on a high enough shelf, she won't know how many bills are missing out of it. We got 6 from Dick French. How about a 6.5, $7 bid, $7 bid, 90 bid, a bid of 7. Last call now, $6. Looking higher, higher bid, 6.5, 7, 6.5, 7, 90 bid, a bid of 7. Good night, sissy. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut this short. There's DC, $7. 7 now, 7.5. Anybody bid a 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 now. Anybody bid a 7.5. All right. No more bids. We're going to go ahead and sell it. DC, $7. $7 to DC for this $20 coin.
Flopping. How nice.
How about a toner? Anybody like a toner? How about a 1970S toner? How about a 70S toner that's more electric than most I've ever seen? Look at that. That's not proof, people. That is not proof. Right? Yes, so look at the beautiful luster on this electric color. That is not proof. It is a large date starting at $6. $6, boys and girls. Wait a bit of $6. $6 start now. How about a $6 start? Good night, Joseph. Mr. French at 6, 6 now, 6.5, 7, 6.5, $7, $7 bid. How about a bit of 7? How about a bit of 7? How about a bit of 7? I got Dick French at 6, looking for 7. How about a bit of 7? $7 now. How about a bit of $7? $7 bid. IT at 7, 7 now, 8. Look how that moves. I mean, just look at it. Wow. Dick French at 7.5, 7.5 now, 8. Looking for an $8 bid, $8 now, a bit of $8. I got IT back at $8, $8 now, 9 now, 9, 9, 9. How about a bit of 9, 80 bit of 9? Got Dick French at 8.5. Holy shit. Yes, it is a large date, DC. It is all purpley. I'll turn it around this way so you can see that the purpley goes all the way around, all the way in, all the way out, all the way through. That's just the iridescence. The color is brown. It's pretty much a brown coin, but every time the light hits it, it reflects really bright color. Dick French now at $11. 11 out of 12. Anybody bid at 12? How about a 12? $12 bid. Now a bid at $12. How about a bid at 12? Got 12 from IT. IT now 13, now 13. How about a bit of 13, 13? 12 now, look at a bit of 13. How about a bit of 13? 13 now, a bit of 13. All right, there we go. Dick French is out and IT's going to get it. Sold at $12 to IT, thank you very much. I'm going to try to run one more coin. See what happens when we run one more coin. Then we'll have to save the rest for the next auction. Dirty Water's already got a bid on this. $110 to Dirty Water so far. It is a 1960D Choice Red Brown. Choice Red and Brown. DDO number 1. RPM number 100. Shut up, dog. There it is. There's the DDO. You can see quite clearly that there is a small date over the large date on this. And if I get a little closer, I think I might be able to do it this way. There's that second mint mark right above the primary mint mark. That is another D. Got Dirty Water at 100 now, 110. Anybody bid at 110? How about a bid at 110? 110 now, anybody bid at 110? How about a bid at 110? 110 now, anybody bid at 110? See if we can see it better if I turn it this way. You can see part of it real well. There's actually 3 Ds because it's a split serif on the lower D. I wonder if that's actually if that's actually written out that way in the listings. D over D over D. North and tilted. There's part of it you can see right there. No, not a 7 behind the 6. Let me turn it this way now. And let me get this focus back. There's that. Nice uncirculated coin. It's not sitting flat, so it's not going to focus well. There we go. Yep, that is it, DC. It's DDO number 1 and RPM number 100. At halftime, Denver 21, Cleveland 17. I want to see Cleveland lose a few more games. They beat my Steelers. It's not written out as 3Ds. I didn't think it was. Any other bids? 100 going once. Looking for the 100 going twice. Looking for a bid of 110. All right. Sold. Sold at $100. Thank you very much. I am going to save the remainder for an auction that we can determine when the date would be for that. It won't be tomorrow, but it could be the next day. And to save on shipping, I would have to hold everything and ship everything together after that auction. We have about 10 or 12 singles left to go through. And then we have bags of coins. An explanation of what we're seeing. Oh, about something different?
No, that coin.
That one. What was Dick asking?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Was at the height of the 9 by the 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'll pull it back out here and take a look.
Might have been the dove one. I'm not sure.
It's part of the doubling of the large date 9 underneath the small date 9. And then your 6, you can see how the small date 6 under is on the large date 6.
I think he's talking about the big hump there. Small.
The big hump on the top of the 9.
No, on the 6. He said it was even with the 9 on the 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a die chip on the inside.
Right.
And then you can see the small date 0 on the large date 0 there. And then there's an RPM north. And that's about, there's differences all around because you can see the large and the small date designs. But you kind of got to know where you're looking for it, the rest of the coin. It's like right there you can see the larger B under the smaller B. And there's different places on the design where you can see there's some of the doubling too on the W. And on the E. On trust. But yeah, that's what that is down there on the date. You got the large date 9 under the small date 9. Then you got the large date 6 under the small date 6. So that's what that is. I will make short clips of all of the different albums. I'll wait a couple of weeks and we can work on getting more into those. Do the proof mini tubes come in higher grades than mid? I can try. I don't have very many, but I can try. Well, send me an email. We'll talk about it. And let's see what else. Dirty water. I need to talk to you by phone. Other than that, I think I'm ready to call it. It's 10 o'clock. Eric turned into a pumpkin a few minutes back. So yeah, we'll get back together on all this tomorrow when we do the reveals and the reveal show. I'll be doing reveals during the day tomorrow. And I appreciate it, folks. Thank you very much for dropping by. Thank you for being here. And we will talk about when we're going to continue this here in a couple of, well, we'll be talking about it over the next couple of days. I appreciate it. Thank you, and have a great night.